Hello, dear. I'm audible. So fine, guys. I think I'm audible to every one of you, and one by one, so you all can raise your hand. And if you have to share your screen, so yeah, you can share your screen, and just try to fire as many questions as possible. Try to clarify your doubts. Okay. So fine. Go ahead, Nilesh. I think Ruksant and Praveen. So
Hi,
yeah.
uh, hi Sudhanshu. I just have a quick question. I have an assignment given from a company, so I have actually mailed you guys.
Hmm.
Uh, so like out of 65% of the things are already done.
Okay.
So there was some few questions which I was not able to answer. So I just asked for the help.
Okay.
So I mean,
So would
so
you like to share your screen so that we can close it now itself? I can see your mail
that
over here.
Yeah, in the mail itself only there is a document given. So
Mm-hmm.
there are total 6 questions. Four I have already answered. I just wanted to get it reviewed if it is correct or if anything wants to be added there.
So
It's needed to
would
be
you like
added.
to share your screen so that we can discuss live itself here
Uh,
and we
uh, just a second.
okay.
Actually, if you, in the document itself, the questions are there. So it's the same thing which I will open. So if you want, you can open as well, and you can just see the questions are already mentioned there. It's
It's
just
fine,
a
it's fine. It will be better if you can share it from your side. So
okay,
I
okay,
think I
sure.
have your document, but yeah, let's close it so that you can
Yeah,
submit
yeah, sure, sure.
solution. Yeah.
Sure. Just give me a second.
Okay, sure. Yeah, next question please in between. So Lajari, then
Yeah, hi
Praveen.
Sudhanshu.
Yeah, please go
Rukshant
ahead.
here. Sudhanshu, last week I had some doubt on a particular handling of data frames flow. I had a huge amount of data.
Mm-hmm.
So you had suggested me to try out PySpark.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to try the PySpark and the merge was happening.
Mm-hmm.
But while writing it, I have a doubt because I haven't worked with HDFS. So when I was trying to write it, it is saying that it is not able to find the HDFS cluster. So I was getting a particular error. And
Mm-hmm.
also I was trying to write it to a data frame through the 2CSV method from the PySpark.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, I was getting some memory issue, and so I was trying to set some memory limits for that. And after that, also I was getting some Java heap error.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to know like how to handle this particular situation. And
So will you be able to share your screen and then show me your like a issue that you are getting?
yeah, sure, then sure, I can do that. I have.
Uh, Sudhanshu, I'm ready with my document. If
Yeah,
you want,
please.
you can share.
Yeah, you can share Nilesh first. Yeah.
Okay.
So guys, those who is having any kind of a doubt or concern or anything to
Uh,
ask, right? So feel free to raise your hand and we can
Let me know if my screen is visible.
and yeah. So after that, so we can have a discussion.
Sudhanshu, let me know if my screen is visible to
Yeah,
you.
it's visible. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the 6 questions. So
Mhm.
this was the first question. You want me to read it?
No, I'm just reading it. So yeah,
Okay.
suppose you are working for the holiday tour and you it's whether the person I guess from you or not. Okay. So it's about 6,000 which model you will choose. So please explain the reason behind your choice. Possibility. First position, start with direction. Okay, so in the first question, so it's been asked that you have a small data set. They're trying to focus
Yes.
on that one, and based on that, so you have to give a suggestion that okay, fine. So person will be able to buy a holiday package or not, right? So
Yes.
had this shared you a data set, or they are just asking you like
No.
fine. So
This is just a scenario they have given. There's
hmm,
no data set, nothing like that.
okay. So 6,000. So if the training data set is a small one, about 6,000 number of records, Again, they have not specified that whether there will be a biased classes or there will be a unbiased classes,
Yes,
right?
that's
So
what they many of the things I've not mentioned. So what I thought, let me just put all the points. What all things I can do, like maybe smart techniques so that I can generate synthetic data since the data set is small. Also, the classes, if the class is unbalanced, I can just balance it with.
hmm.
And then again, I have thought of, since if I use a large
So
model,
yeah,
heavy
so
model.
here you can mention one thing, right? So in a
Yeah.
first line is that okay, fine. So as I'm assuming, so when you are writing any kind of a solution, right? So whether they have mentioned it or not, but you have to showcase your perspective that you know everything. So to
Okay.
showcase all of those things, you can say that I'm assuming that data set classes are balanced. If not, so these are the technique list of the technique, right? Which I can try
Okay.
to use to make it balanced. Plus, so there is a possibility that I may go ahead with the synthetic data generation. So in that
Okay.
way I will be using this technology, so list of all the technology, right? Then you can say that okay, fine, so I would like to implement maybe a logistic regression, which is a very small, a very easy algorithm. So maybe you can try to go ahead with svm as well, because in case of because svm always try to respond to a classification in a better way as compared to a logistic regression in
Okay.
most of the cases, right? And
Okay.
again, so here you are not talking about the financial data, so here you are talking about maybe a travel data. And again, so if there is a financial data, I can try to implement a logistic directly. But if it is not a financial data, so maybe I can try to go ahead with other models as well. So yeah, tree based approach, a second solution that you have mentioned, that is good. And again, so solution wise, solution number one, solution number two, solution number three, and again you can
So
write your assumptions that okay, fine, so when I'm giving you this solution, this is my assumption wise, whatever you think that is missing, means like unbalanced data set is
Huh.
missing, they
So
have
that
not.
means you are trying to tell, like, I will assume my what problem it has, the data set has, I will assume, and then I'll give the solution as well.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
have to write your assumption, because see, they are looking for your perspective. So everyone will write a similar kind of a solution, right?
Yes.
Now, how you will be different? So
Okay.
you will be different if you will be able to give all the dimension, whether they have mentioned or not. So in this way, they will be able to understand that okay, fine. So this person is now, like, this person knows
Hmm.
everything, right? And again,
Hmm.
so he is able to think through a complete thing which is given or which is not given. So even unknown factor, this
Okay.
person is able to consider from his side, right?
Okay.
So solution number one, solution number two, and for every solution write your assumptions, then solution. Then
Okay.
you can try to mention even a customized machine learning approach, in which what happens is, let's suppose if I'll give you a data set of a whole country, let's suppose the 6,000 record which is given to you, right?
Okay.
Maybe that belongs to a different distribution. So when we say a different distribution, so I can say that okay, fine, so maybe like country wise, so state wise I have a data, right?
Okay.
Or maybe I have a data set with a different like a normal distribution or maybe a standard distribution. So I will try to apply maybe sometime a clustering approach. I'll create a group of the data, and then group wise I will try to apply a classification, right?
Okay.
So you can try to write even this solution. Then
Okay.
okay, fine, so my fourth solution is customized machine learning approach, assuming a fact that if we are generating a data set from a different regions, or maybe data distributions are different in
Okay.
for each and every reason, right? And then
Okay.
what I will do is, so I will try to apply maybe a best possible algorithm. Now one more thing here, you have rightly written logistic regression. There is a possibility that you may use a naive bayes kind of approach as well. Where
Yes,
and why?
there are like many simpler models I can use. So I
No,
thought
no, no.
of like
Naive
logistic
Bayes
risk.
approach. See, you can
Yeah.
write down a classification for naive Bayes and logistic or XGBoost. So in
Okay.
case of naive Bayes, let's suppose if you're trying to plan that, okay, person will buy or not buy holiday package, right?
Okay. Okay.
Now, there is a possibility that each and every independent feature, right, independently depend upon your labels.
Okay.
So in that case, logistic will fail, right? In that
Yeah.
case, your XGBoost will not be able to perform, right? In that case, which will succeed? Naive Bayes kind of approach, means probability based approach, where you are trying to find out a probability of occurrence of one event where other event has already happened,
Okay. Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So this is how we can prepare. So just try to like give every kind of a dimension, right, for this solution. In this way, this will be a best possible solution, because see, if everyone will write these things,
Hmm.
so
Yes.
you have a competition with others, because you are not
Yes.
the only one who will submit the solution,
Yes.
right? So how you will be best in this way?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. I got your point. Like scenario and solution, scenario and solution.
exactly, plus
Yeah.
assumptions, because
Yes.
AI always works on assumption. I can't say that no, I will apply these things and it will work. No, never.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
coming to the second one.
Yeah.
So where's the second one?
So
Oh,
yeah.
Above problem, what feature you will use. Okay, so what you have written first relation parameter. No, they have given you what feature you are going to use, right? So
Yeah, I actually did not understood properly. So I thought like what all two possibilities I've given for each possibilities, what all features exactly, what parameters I will tune it. I thought like that.
parameter will be a like a variable one, right? And
Yeah.
that will be a subject to a model that you are going to choose. Okay,
Okay. So what
so
exactly they're asking
yeah,
here?
so exactly they're asking that what are all attributes. Feature simply means that columns. So over
Okay.
there they have given you this particular things very clearly, that person will try to buy a holiday package from me or not, right?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
what you can do, let's suppose you are planning your holiday,
Okay.
so you will go to Go Ibibo, or maybe you
Okay.
will go to Make My Trip, right?
Okay.
Or maybe you will go to some like to some vendor or to some company or maybe to some portal, so which will be able to plan your package. Thomas Cook, let's suppose, it's a very famous
Okay.
one, right?
Okay.
Now so whenever you will try to fill a form, right,
Hmm.
so what and all details they used to take, that will be your attribute. So for sure your name is not going to contribute, your
Yes.
mobile number is not going to contribute, your
Yes.
email ID is not going to contribute. But
Yes.
can I say, right, so can I say that your like economical condition, financial condition is going to pick, and maybe that will be a deciding factor, right?
Okay.
Maybe they, you have already planned a trip with them, so based on that, so maybe like that can be also be a major factor, so which will play a role over here. Apart from that, so let's suppose like you have some record about a person, maybe you have given a form, and in that form I'll give you one field that okay fine, so have you ever traveled, or maybe if I'll give you some boxes where you will have to just check that okay fine, so which region you have already visited, right? Or
Okay.
try to put some kind of a solution. So in this way, if person used to travel a lot, so can I say that there is a very high chances that yes, person will try to book a holiday, right? Plus there will be a competitors factor as well. So let's suppose I have another competitor who used to provide
Okay.
a similar kind of a facilities, but
Okay.
maybe their price is like a little bit low, and services wise maybe same, right? So
Okay.
person can opt for that one,
Yes.
possible. Now there is also a possibility that you are my trusted customer, means you have already booked with me for 5 times, right?
Okay.
Now so there is a very high chances that even if there will be other competitor, but still you will be looking for like a booking with me because you have already booked 5 times, so maybe somehow you have liked all the services which I have provided you,
Okay.
right? So these are the features, these are the attributes. So just to do that, maybe you can try to download some from UCI repository, some
Okay.
travel data you can download, and you will
Okay.
be able to get all the column. And again, you can write a clarification that okay, fine. So these are the features which I will
Okay. Like
end
that.
up using, because here they have not mentioned that models feature. Here we are not talking about hypermeter of the models.
They're talking about the dataset features. What all features can be considered?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
competitors, which you will competitors data plus your historical data plus your financial condition. So you have to combine all of those features, and then for every feature you have to give a classification. So this should be the answer.
Okay. Okay. Clear to me this point. So okay, this is the third thing.
Okay.
Please explain the hypothesis. Actually, just give me a second. There was an image uh, with a function which was actually a sigmoid function. So they did not mention that, but I'll just show the photo. That will be fine.
Okay.
Give me a second, please.
Yeah.
So that's it. Till then, can I ask my question?
Yeah. Please go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. I can answer
Okay.
a couple of questions. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So recently, actually, I was preparing for an interview, and the interviewer actually asked me a simple question: Ki, suppose my train data set has around like 70 categorical features and around 30 numerical features. So to check the relation between categorical features, which type of techniques we can use? So I told him like we can use variance, and then we can use chi-square. Then he told me, okay, the chi-square you can take max 2 features, so it will be a long process to select 2 features and then go back to all those 70. So what should be a good answer for this type of question?
So relationship, they were asking you in between a categorical and a
Right.
numerical.
No, only categorical.
Okay, only categorical. So I think chi-square will be a better choice in that case.
So chi square is like we can select multiple number of features, or because what I think
Yeah.
chi-square we can
So,
take only two features.
no, so there is another chi-square, so where you can try to compare like multiple features as well. And plus,
Oh.
so the best way of like comparing these things will be like a data distribution will be to convert all of them categorical by using some of the vectorization method. So vectorization, when we talk about maybe like a TF-IDF is one of the simple one, or maybe a one to vector, globe vector. So we can try to use some vectorization method, and with the help of that, so we can try to convert. So before that, you have to normalize your categorical data, means bring
Right.
down, bring everything, every data set into a lower cases or maybe upper cases, and then try to
Mm-hmm.
get a vector of it. And then after that, so your like a comparison will be very easy, and you will be able to find out the relationship between your categorical data.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Sudhanshu.
So
Hi,
Nilesh, I
Sudhanshu.
think you are sharing your screen. Please go ahead.
Yes. Sudhanshu, so this was a question. This is what the question was. Please explain the following hypothesis with the formula. This formula is actually a sigmoid function.
Sigma function, yeah.
Yes. So I was not able to understand what they are trying to say. So I was just trying to explain the formula without using the function, without using the word sigmoid function, because they haven't mentioned it. So I think I can mention it that this is a sigmoid function, and this is what I have written. That if just explaining it, that if the input goes to minus infinity, so the function will goes to zero. If the x goes to plus infinity, so the y will go to one. That means the output will be either zero and one. It will bouncing between zero and one, and then I have just given what that function actually means. Suppose if we are like predicting like a banana, if a holiday, the same example, if the holiday package, the customer will buy a holiday package or not. So if let's assume that the it has a probability of 90%, so that means that for an event to happen, the probability is 0.9. So, and since the probability is the sum which will be equal to zero, so if I want to find what is the probability that the package will not, customer will not buy the package, that will be 1 minus 0.9. So that is what I have explained. I don't know if this is correct or not. I mean,
I
if
think
this is
you
what
can
they
build,
want or not.
yeah. So you can try to build a simple like a hypothesis over here. So as a null hypothesis, you can write that person will buy a package, and as a null hypothesis, this will be the hypothesis, and as an alternative hypothesis, you can mention that person will not buy a package, right?
Okay,
So when
yeah,
you are saying like a person will buy a package, it simply means that that sigmoid output should be equal to or equivalent tends to one.
yeah,
Simple, right? So tends to one. And
yeah.
if person is not buying packages, so which can be a alternate hypothesis, so in that case it will tends to zero. And I think with respect to that, you can try to like give all the responses in
So
between.
I mean, so you mean to say that the answer is correct? I have to just institute the concept of the hypothesis, stating the
Exactly.
hypothesis, the null and the not null.
E- Exactly, and by including that sigmoid function, so we all know that sigmoid function will always like give you responses between
Yeah,
0 to 1, right?
yeah,
So
okay,
closer to
correct.
1 simply means that. So if it is giving you output closer to 1, it simply means that your null is true.
Yeah,
If it is giving you results closer to 0, it simply means that your alternate is true. So null will false by default.
yes,
So in this
okay, okay. So this was the fourth one.
way. Okay. I say here, I think regularize linear regression to identify whether it will rain or not. Okay. What step will take in order to continue? What steps will you take if model continues to show a larger error?
So applying regularization on the linear model, and still if the model continues to show large error, so what could be the scenario? What steps I can take? So I can tell two things. What could be the scenario of the larger error, and then how can I solve it?
Hmm.
But I could think of max of 2 points. I don't know if that is okay or not.
Data value, but it will not work if they are saying that you are.
Regularization is already done. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so if they have already mentioned in that case, like it will not work. So first point will not work anyhow. Second one,
Okay.
data contain large amount of feature. So then we can use a PCA for a feature selection. But here the thing is, you are trying to implement this one regularization and 95 whether it will rain or not. Okay, so what step you will take a model to continue? So, what step will you take to continue to show?
Sir, it is a regression problem which is saying it will rain or not.
No, it's not a regression problem, but yeah, we can try to
Yeah,
apply.
this is actually weird, like regression problem, and they're asking about rain or not.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
probability they're asking.
regularization, we can try to like implement a regularized linear regression to identify whether it will rain or not. So maybe I can try to take a numbers 1 or 0 closer to one number. So like it will be nothing but you can say there is a let's suppose I have a linear regression wise, so two things is given, and in this case, but again there is
It
no
will almost like resultant will be logistic only, because like I
logistic
can
only. Yeah,
I
result.
can assume that 0.5 is the threshold, above 0.5 is yes rain, and below 0.5 will be no rain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can just try to mention one comment as well over here. That first of all, what I feel is like because maybe they have given you this question to check your observations. That is also a possibility, right?
Yeah,
People does that in a company. So when they used to frame this kind of a question, right? So just to like check your logical ability. So you can try to say that okay. So like first of all, what I think is like we can try to solve these things in a better way by using like a classification by choosing classification based approach, right, instead
hmm,
of using a linear regression based approach, because what I feel is like we are talking about classes over here,
yeah,
but still, right, so still if you think that okay fine, so we are trying to get an equivalent result based out of a linear regression, and if even after applying a regularization, if it is not working, so maybe I can try this out with a polynomial regression, because there is a very high chances that my relations are not at all linear, right? That's the reason. So
okay,
we are getting an error. There is a
okay,
possibility, right? There is a possibility that you are applying mx plus c or m1 x1, m2 x2, m2
hmm,
m3 x3, but
yes,
relation says that no, there is a m1 x1 plus m2 x square plus m3 x cube, and in this way, or maybe m1 x1 m2 like a exponential m3 square root or something like
hmm,
that, right? There is a high
yes,
possibility. So
okay,
what we can try to do is to, because ultimate goal over here is to reduce the error, because this is what they have
yes,
mentioned in a light like a last couple of words, right?
yes,
If your model continues to show a larger error, right,
yes,
so you can try to say that okay fine, so according to my hypothesis over here, right, so we may try to utilize maybe this model. First of all, hypothesis is like we can solve this problem with the help of classification, so your observation will be clear, right,
yeah,
if
yeah,
they if that is their attention like
yeah,
intention.
yeah,
Second thing is you can try to mention that okay fine, so maybe if even after applying a regularization, if I'm not able to like reduce the error part, so maybe that equation I will not be able to maybe I'm not able to fit my data set on a linearly, maybe I can try to use a like a polynomial regression, and that can be approaches where, so if I'm able to find out a better relation as compared to a linear, so my error will be reduced.
okay. I think I did not get you in the last.
Okay,
Okay,
so what I'm trying to say over here is
yeah,
that you can try to write down over here. So there is a very high chances that maybe linearly my data set is not related.
yes,
And that's the reason. So maybe even after applying regularization, so I'm not able to reduce my error, right?
yes,
As they have
yes,
already mentioned.
yes,
So what you can do over here, so maybe I can try to use a polynomial regression instead of using a linear regression. So I'm just trying to
okay,
give a regression solution itself,
yeah,
right?
okay, yes,
Regression solution itself, but polynomial one. So polynomial will be able to define a relationship between my data in a better way. There is a possibility. So maybe I can try this out in our solution. You have mentioned in second line that there is a PCA for feature selection. Let's suppose I have given you just 10 feature then.
That's what in the starting only I've written the assumption that if the data set contains large amount of
Yeah,
feature.
so every time like unless and until I have not seen a data, so I can't write line number two.
That's what they haven't mentioned data, so I have to assume something. So like in the first question, we are assuming many of the things and then giving the
Yeah.
related to according to scenario, we are giving the solution. So just a similar approach. Yeah, I think the answer is actually not correct, but yeah, okay. But
Maybe,
what
yeah.
if they
By
are
this,
actually
by writing
asking?
your assumption, by writing your assumptions, you can give this one solution number one, solution number two, solution number
Yes,
three, and
yes,
your assumption. So everywhere, try to mention your assumptions as well, right?
yes, yes, correct.
In
Okay,
this way, see what happens is whenever someone will check your like answer, right? They will for sure think that okay, fine. So this person has think through all the possibilities, and then this person has written something, right?
yeah,
And for sure, in this way, your answer will be completely different from others' answer, because others will write just a flat answer, right?
that's what I have done right now. Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
So I don't want you to write the same thing. Okay, coming to the next question. So what is the next
The
question?
next two questions I had I had no clues. I mean, the fifth question, I was not think of any answer.
What step will you take if the above problem occurs? Okay, it's the fourth number problem, right?
Yes, correct.
Due to underfitting of the data set. So maybe I can try to use a couple of approaches over here. So first approach will be I will try to check maybe a standard deviations and variations of the data set, and then I will try to bring down a data set under a normal distribution or under a similar distribution. Second thing which I can try to do is, so maybe I can try to divide my data set into a small bunches, right?
Okay.
And then I can try to like a group by or maybe cluster wise, I can try to do a forecasting. So in this way, you will be able to solve this underfitting problem. So, and this is what we do. And even we are doing these things in your very first project as well, which is a buffer data like a project.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes.
And the third thing is, so here I'm assuming that maybe my number of features are too high. So maybe I can try to use some dimensionality reduction technique. Don't mention PCA. PCA
Okay.
is one of
One
those
of the techniques,
dimensionality
correct, yes.
reduction. So just try to mention this generalized way, right?
Yes,
And
correct.
then you can mention PCA, LDA, etc.
Okay. Yeah,
You
I
just
got your point.
you just have to exaggerate yourself that okay,
Yes,
fine, so I know everything.
yes. I think since it is a redundant fitting, so I can write that one cause of bias and variance trade-off.
Yes, yeah,
Because
bias
of which,
variance.
not trade-off, but we have to do trade-off because the bias will be high and the variance will be low in the interfitting case.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And this sixth one, I had literally no idea what to
Please
do.
generate a parse tree for the following sentences. You can generate it,
I
write
think
it
it's
down.
related to NLP. I
John
don't know how
went
come they're
for
given.
a walk to a park with a golden status. Okay, fine. Go to Google. Go to Google.
Okay, fine.
Type NLTK parse tree. Python. Yeah. By default, it will be Python. So,
I have actually searched. I did not understood. Yes, tell me.
oh yeah, open up first link, second link, third link,
Okay, okay,
NLTK
okay.
official documentation. You will be able to see a solution here itself. Or else you can look into your NLTK notebook as well. So because in NLTK notebook, we have given you one parse tree, and we are printing that parse tree as well. That is available near in your dashboard already.
So you're saying that explanation is given for a pastry how to make it.
Explanation
Okay.
is given in my video lecture, not in this one. Notebook we have created. That is given to you as a like a material. And
Yeah, no, no.
explanation.
I mean to say that the video is available in the dashboard
Yeah,
for the
yeah. Past,
explanation part.
I'll just explain you. Just go to the link. I'll explain it then now itself. At least for this, as like so that you can
Okay.
answer.
I
No,
mean,
no.
okay,
Go to like link that you have opened up. It is
okay,
fine.
yes,
In a later stage, you can go to your dashboard. Okay.
yeah.
Come down.
I think this is what something is. It is.
Yeah. So like from the string, so you will be able to pass tree. Not this one. Yeah. Come down. Come down. Yes. See here. This is the tree, right? This is something that you have to create. Now, what this tree says that in NLP, what happens is, so you have a lines. Again, inside a line, you will be able to find out noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverbs, right?
Yes.
Now,
Okay.
so when you try to like how your compiler will be able to understand that what line of a code that you have written, because it tried to create an automata internally, and then that
Okay.
automata is nothing but it's a tree kind of a structure which will be able to write from one point to other point. Suppose you have written if this one, then do this, right? So how
Okay.
system will be able to understand, because you are writing all of your code in the English language, right?
Yes.
But system doesn't understand in that way. So system always understands based on the automata theory. Based on that, your complete compiler is been designed. So if you are from computer science, I think in some of the semester we used to study compiler design as well as automata theory, right?
I'm from
Based on
different branch. Okay.
not an issue. It's completely fine.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So let's try to understand just this simple example. So
Yes. Yes.
here,
Correct.
same thing in NLTK they have implemented. Okay, just do
Okay.
one thing. So try to copy this first three line, right?
Okay.
And do you have a notebook, or else just open up Google Colab?
I have the notebook open.
Okay.
Okay. I had the.
Or else just open up Google Colab. It's fine. So we can do it quickly there
Yes.
itself.
Yes. Correct.
So this is not only possible into NLTK. There is another library called the text blob. There is a library called as Spacey. There is a library called as Stanford NLP,
Okay.
right? So anywhere you can do it. NLTK is like a first choice, but yeah, so this can be done anywhere. So every NLP based library has been designed based on this one.
Because they have just said just to create it.
Yeah, just to create it. So that's solution. So just
Yeah.
copy paste it. Yeah, remove all those like
Yes.
yeah. Try to read your line and then try to like apply split. so that it will convert your line into sentences just like this.
Yes.
Or execute. Just first of all, execute this one. Execute.
I have to, I think, import NLTK.
No. Yeah, you have to import NLTK.
Okay.
Yeah, execute. If it is not available, then we'll install it. So it is, I think, allocating your resources.
Yeah, it's connected. Now it is working. I think it is going to throw error. Okay.
Okay, so group O grammar is not defined. Go back to your like this one, NLTK. Okay, now grammar, just try to define this one. Yeah, grammar you have to define. The same kind of example. Again, you have to define your own grammar for this one.
Yeah,
You
this
copy
they
the
have
other
given
grammar.
for this particular example.
No. Grammar is coming from the above one. This is the grammar
Okay.
that we used to define. That suppose if I have taken my string,
Uh,
right? So how I will be able to create a automata theory or dependency between my noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, right? So this
so
is,
how do we
so you can
create
try to
this?
utilize the same thing. Just you can try to like change your determinants value. Like determinant wise, they have given any, my, elephant, noun wise elephant and pajamas. So
Yeah.
in that one, I think John is mentioned. So John will be a
Yeah.
noun. So just you have to replace this one. First of all, execute this, and then you can replace with your
Okay.
text. Execute. Yeah, completely. Leave it. Leave other things. Yeah, fine. Execute this. Okay.
Yeah. It something I got. I think this is the thing I got.
Yeah. So this is the thing that you are able to see. Again, you can try to print this one into a visualization format as well, the way they have printed. There
Yeah.
is one simple package that we used to import. Now come down. Okay,
I
not
haven't mentioned. I think they have.
in our notebook. So we have already mentioned that function name. So you just have to pass that output data into this one, and then you will be able to see this particular things. So
Okay. In the image format like this.
in the
This
image
isn't
format,
like
you will be able to see.
tree-based format.
Yeah. So that is nothing but output we are trying to represent into a
Yeah.
this image format. So now here, if you will try to see a grammar part, so here noun wise they have given elephant. Now go to your line, the line
Uh,
that you have.
yes.
Okay, copy this line. Now, so suppose we have John over here, right? So just in a grammar, so you have to mention John as a noun. So copy somewhere,
Yeah. I'll just
paste
copy
it,
it down.
paste it somewhere. Yeah, as a string. Okay, so John will come inside the noun. Again, went is nothing but kind of a verb, and then for. So you can try to mention these things as adjective, adverb in this way, right? And then you will be able to see that.
Okay. So I mean, yeah. Um.
See in this one, noun,
Okay.
verb, and pronoun they have already mentioned, right? So you just
Yes.
have to replace your word, your noun with this one, nothing else. Okay. So maybe park can be a noun, golden can be a noun, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Correct.
So just keep on copying. Give one more pipe. Yeah.
Golden. Yeah. Correct. Golden can be a noun. Okay.
In this way, just you have to write. Now execute it. Just try to replace this a with a cent. So you can try to like in line
Yes.
number I think 5. Okay, maybe yeah. In this way, comment it out. Okay, execute. First of all, execute your grammar.
Oh yes. Yeah. Done.
If something is not covered, then it will give you issue. So it will give you error. Yeah. So you have not
Okay.
covered it for a
Many
verb
of the
to
words
the
are not.
with
Yeah.
a, right? So just try to like create in this way all the grammars.
Okay. So what I can do, you can just answer the, you can take the other calls and till the time I will just create it and just show you once.
Okay,
Will
sure.
that be fine?
Okay, yeah. I'm here. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Hi,
Okay.
Sudhanshu.
yeah. Go
Sudhanshu, I
ahead.
can share my screen.
Who is this?
Sudhanshu.
Nilesh, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you already given me the
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. I
thanks.
think it's Nilesh or
Rukshant here.
Rukshant. Okay, Rukshant. Yeah,
Yeah, hope you are able to see my screen.
yeah. I can see your screen.
Yes, Sudhanshu. So I tried to use the PySpark. So I was trying to join the data frames based on my columns.
Hmm.
So I was trying to write it to an output file in a CSV format.
Hmm.
During that time, I was able to get this particular error, like
So
Hadoop.
where you are trying to execute this one in local
I'm
system?
Yeah, I'm trying to execute in my local system through
Okay.
the so through the command line,
Can you please show me that?
because yeah, sure.
So how you have defined your Spark context first of all?
Yeah, sure. I can show you that. Yeah, so I'm trying to, this is the first line I'm trying to import, Spark session. And for the Spark conf set, I'm trying to have this. And after that, I'm trying to read it from my local system where I have already have those CSV files into data frame 1 and data frame 2. And in data frame 3, I'm trying to join it. So now it is able to join and I'm able to see the outputs. But well, I'm trying to write it to my local system. So I was trying to write it in different formats here. So this, when I was trying to write it in this particular format, I was getting this particular error saying that your Hadoop home or Hadoop home dot directory are unset.
Have you set Hadoop home over here in your system?
Oh no, I don't have any Hadoop clusters.
No, Hadoop home have you set in your environment?
No, Sudhanshu.
Okay, fine. Just do one thing. So go to Google.
Yeah, sure.
And which Spark version you are using?
I'm using the Spark 3.1. So I
3.
just,
Okay.
yeah.
So just try to type winutils.exe.
Sorry?
Winutils. WINUTILS.exe. Yeah, download. Yeah. No, second option. Yeah. First option. Just click. Yeah. Click. Now go to the first link, any link. So go to the first link. Okay. Now come down. And here, so your this version is 3.x, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you please like go to a Spark downloads and show me that you have downloaded?
Okay, so I think I'm having it in my office system. So I just taken the screenshots.
Okay, fine. So you have to set your Hadoop home and here, so you can download at least. Okay, just go to Google again. So I'll show you which version you are using exactly. So
Yeah,
I'll let you
okay.
know.
Yeah.
Just try to type a Spark download. Hit enter. Okay, first link. So I think this is the version that you have downloaded.
Yes.
Okay, so here Hadoop Apache pre-built is 2.7. Now go back to the previous link. Hadoop version is 2.7 actually. This is what I wanted to confirm. Now
Okay.
click over here 2.7. So I'm just showing you how to download these things in a future event. Go to bin.
Okay.
Yeah. Go down. Extreme last. Yeah. You can see bin utils, right? Click over there. Download it. Okay. Now just go to your environment variable. No,
Okay.
in system, in your system, local system, in your
Okay.
local.
Sure.
ENVI. Just no, just search ENVI. No, not in this way, not in this way. ENVI. ENVI. Okay, environment variable. Yeah, same. Same.
Yeah.
It's fine. Slow. Click on environment variable.
Yeah.
Now just click on new below one system variable. No, not this one. This is like a user variable, system variable, new. Okay, type Hadoop underscore home in capital underscore home. Okay, fine. Now just do one thing. So try to copy this. Try to go to this location where you have downloaded the utils. It's actually issue with the Windows. That's the reason. So if you'll work, if you'll execute same code in a Linux machine, it will not give you this issue, Hadoop home issue. But in
Okay.
Windows, this is a known issue for everyone. So like I used to get in every of my classes when I teach Spark. So
Oh,
that's the
okay.
reason. So I know what is the permanent solution for this one. So just copy this one and go to your C drive. Copy this file. Go to C drive anywhere anyhow. So yeah, create one folder Hadoop.
Yeah.
No, not here, not here. Create one folder. Yeah, create one folder. Name Hadoop. Okay. So in my system, I'm just keeping it anyhow. Or you can try to like create one folder called as WinUtils.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inside that, create bin. No, 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 no. Yeah, bin. Yeah, bin. bin. Okay. Just place this file over there inside bin. Yeah. So go back one step back, one step back. Yeah. Copy this path till very little. Okay. Now paste it in a Hadoop home here. Okay. Close. Okay. Save. No, no, no. Fine, fine. It's done. Hadoop home set. Yeah. HADOOP. Okay. Now you can execute it. It will not give you at least that Hadoop home issue. You will get maybe some other issue if you're making mistake, but not Hadoop home.
Okay, Sudhanshu, I will do that same in my office system.
Yeah.
And one more doubt I had was, I think okay.
So actually, this is the only issue. Like I said, this is the only issue with a Windows machine because Windows is not having a compatibility. That's the reason. So they have released a patch called as WinUtils, and with the help of that, so we try to resolve this particular dependencies. And
Okay.
like I said, so if you are using Mac or if you are using Linux machine, any Linux version, so you will not see this issue at all.
Oh, okay, Sudhanshu. So this issue will be gone after I do that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, in Windows.
In Windows, yes, sir.
Yeah, over in other system like a Mac or Linux, this error at least you will not get. You will get some other error, depends upon like how you have done configuration or Spark.
Okay, okay, Sudhanshu. So I mean, this is with respect to the Spark configuration. If not, if I am going to write it to a local, so I tried it to use this particular command to data
Yeah,
frames.
that is fine. But see, if you are creating a Spark config, right? So just try to give local static because I can see that in a config you have written 4G. So 4 GB memory you are trying to allocate. So instead of doing that, so if it is a heavy write operation, so just try to give local static. In this way, what it will do is, so it will try to utilize 100% resources that you have in your system.
Okay, what was that, Sudhanshu? I'm
See
not.
in config. See here. I can see that. No,
Yeah,
no, this, yeah.
this. Yeah,
So see, you have written that maximum result is equal to 4 GB, and in
correct.
Spark config, you will be able to find out one parameter called as local. Just go to Google. I'll show you in a Spark official like a website itself. So there is a resource there is a resource control that you will be able to do from a Spark config itself when we create a Spark context. So when I teach Spark, so I used to talk about these things that
Okay,
this is something that is a feature that you will be able to get. Just try to
okay,
type Spark tutorial. Yeah, not first one, second one. First one is just a add from some XYZ. Okay, now just try to click on programming guide. Now RDD accumulator broadcast. Yes, this one. Yeah, or come down, or just click on more. I'll just show you over there. It's a deployment. So just a minute. In a deployment, so they have already given. Or click on configuration, more and configuration. Come down,
yes.
down. Yeah, here. Just go up, little bit slowly, little bit. Yeah, just go up little bit up. Yeah, here in this line, see here master is equal to local 4, which has been given. Local 4 simply means that it will be able to use a 4 like a processor out of your complete processor which is available. So generally when we think that okay fine, so my execution that I'm trying to do, my program which I'm trying to execute, right? So maybe I'm not able to execute my program, or maybe resources are not available. So in that case we try to make these things as a not 4, as a static.
Okay.
This parameter local 4, local bracket 4 is given, right? Master
Yeah.
local bracket 4, right? So instead of giving 4, so we try to give a static over there, and in this way, so it will be able to take all the resources which is available inside your system. So this is something that we do in two places: one at the time of creation of the Spark context in the very beginning, or
Okay.
second when we try to productionize these things, like when we try to deploy a Spark with the help of Spark Submit.
Oh, okay, Sudhanshu. Got it. Yeah.
Maybe you can explore Spark more. Maybe what I feel is you're not
Yeah.
aware about this basic
No,
things, right?
no.
So
Yeah.
maybe you can try to give some time. These are the very common things that we used to do when we try to create a Spark context, or when we try to do a Spark Summit. So it's very common for all of us. So I think it will be very common even for you going forward.
Yeah, Sudhanshu. Yeah, I'm not sure yet, so I haven't seen any lectures. So just going with the Google itself.
Not an issue. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So
Yeah. Thanks,
yeah.
Sudhanshu. Thanks.
Hi, Sudhanshu. Can I share my screen back?
Yeah.
I'm
Go
Nilesh.
to, who is this? Nilesh, right? Yeah, Nilesh, go ahead.
Yes, I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah.
I have done the changes. I don't know why the tree is not printing. Uh,
What?
my screen is visible.
Yeah, your screen is visible. Yes.
Yeah, so I have done the changes. What I thought may be correct, I don't know.
Okay.
So after that, if I'm trying to print it, it's not printing.
But it's executing, right?
Yeah, it's executing, but it's not printing. What? I don't know why.
Try to call your sent. So sent is fine. Sent is like this one, and from string. So I think you have mentioned determinants, noun, verb, and pronoun, and this one.
This was dummy one, which was present. So I
Hmm.
was just cross-checking. They have mentioned something called this. I don't know what is this NP, but they have in their sentence. I don't know if I have or not. But
No, it's
that
nothing
I don't
much.
think it's a concern.
No, it's not a concern at all. So that is not a concern in any cases. Be this. Okay. Just try to maintain this proper space between for, to, the, and with. One more space.
Or
After for, one space. Then after this one,
okay,
pipe. Even after for.
yeah, I gave.
No, no, after for.
Okay, before and after both.
Yeah, before and after. In this one, before and after. Before with.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Generally, it should not be a concern. It should print, and it's not giving you any kind of error as well. So what I believe is like it should work.
I
Mm,
don't. There is, I think, very slight issue which we are not. I am not able to capture. They are not able to capture.
uh,
Split is also correct.
yeah, split is anyhow you have this list, and even over there, so there was a list, right? Just do one
Yes.
thing: copy this complete like a split outcome, and then paste it in a variable. I don't think that this will make
Much difference.
sense. Yeah, sense because split is going to give you anyhow list, right? So it should work.
Yes.
But yeah, just for the cross checking, sometime maybe because
Should
it's
I externally define it as list like
no,
this?
no, no. Just copy the output of 28 number tab.
O- Okay,
Output of 28 number tab. Yeah, copy this one and then keep it inside the sentences directly.
like this.
Yeah,
No, still
it
it's
will
the
not
same
make
thing.
sense, right? Doesn't make sense at all, like in terms
Yeah,
of programming. So
I think there's very slight thing which is
yes,
getting.
because even there is no issue, right? So with your code, it's not giving you issue. So and
Yeah,
then okay.
mm, no luck.
Let me check these things in my system.
They want me to send the code if it's required. Maybe some slight mistake. I don't know.
No issue. It will be fixed now itself.
Okay.
Okay, ping me your sentence first of all.
Okay.
Just in our chat. So ping me your
Yes.
sentence.
Next. Sorry, where is chat box? I'm not
Above,
able.
you will be able to find out chat option. So above, you will be able to see one view
Question.
option and then arrow and then chat option.
Question answer is there. Q&A.
No, no, not in Q&A. So not in Q&A. Someone is saying that is the full stack Q&A session, no question and function are discussed. Yeah, because it's a person's like a one-to-one Q&A session, right? So person can ask anything in doubt clean session. This is the reason. So we have a doubt clean session. It's not like we will just restrict you to one particular things over here. So people are like free to ask anything.
Can I copy paste it here? I'm not getting the chat option and Q&A.
No, just try to press Alt H, I think.
Okay. Alt H. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I sent.
Yeah, I got your sentence. Let me see something. Okay, so this one. And ping me your like a grammar as well, the grammar that you have built.
I have sent. Is it like that we can give only two values, like in any of the things like determiner, I can give only two values, not more than two, because that is what I can analyze from that's dummy one, the copied code which we have copied. They have given only two. Maybe it's because of the sentence, or maybe this is the rule.
No, rule actually we can extend till
Okay.
any number. That is fine. So to the width. Golden statue. Golden statue. No, that is not a case. I have even tried with two. So
Okay.
there is another approach which I have received again from there. So here in this way, right? So you can try to create a tree, right? So you can try to define your determinants. You can try to define your like a noun over here, and then this one, and then this one, and then you will be able to print this kind of a tree. So this is again another like approach. So again, it's a custom grammar that we are trying to build. So maybe I can try to replace this John
Okay.
with maybe this dog, and then maybe like golden with this cat. In this way, maybe I can try to build a multiple one, and then it should be able to involve John. So the John chase the golden, right? So
Okay.
in this way, I can try to define.
Okay.
So here again, I can try to create a multiple noun, let's suppose. So your noun was, you have given John Park Golden Statue Walk. So John Park Golden, John.
Just like I have given according to my understanding, I don't know if everything is correct in that grammar wala thing.
No, no, that is fine. So you can just cross check. Like we all know that John will be a noun, right? Golden will be a noun, and then maybe adjective or something. So we can
Okay.
check in this way based on our basic English understanding. So they are just looking for
Yeah. Correct.
whether you are able to understand this problem or not. That's it.
Okay.
So now it will be able to.
Just one thing. What is DP in that? I
So
am like beginner to NLP, so I am not that much knowledge. I don't know how come they have asked this, because 5 questions they have asked for machine learning, and then suddenly one question for NLP. So I am not that good in NLP. In the grammar you have given as
even if you
DP.
are good, right? So to build a grammar, so you will do a copy paste itself. Even if you are very good with NLP.
Okay.
Because I'll just show you one list over here, right? So NL, TK, NN, NNP, or tag NN. So if I'll just show you this tag, right? So in any website you can go and you can check. So this is the huge list. This is
Oh,
the, you are talking about like all those tag, right? So what is the meaning of NN, NNS, NNP? So
okay.
here you will be able to find out a multiple variety of the grammar, not just a grammar that, not just a noun that we have studied in our childhood, right?
Okay.
So here we have noun singular, noun plural, then proper noun plural. right? So likewise, there are many different like tags that you will be able to get. So DT is nothing but like a determinant.
Determine. Okay.
So in this way, you will be able to find out all the abbreviation, and no one remembers this one. Even we
Yes.
don't remember. We just
Very
understand that
useless.
we find, so where to refer these things. So here,
Okay.
as you can see, like as per your requirements, so I have
Yeah.
given all the, I have set all the noun, pronoun, everything, and
Okay.
yes, I am able to like print a tree. So I think this
Okay.
is how you can do it.
Okay.
Maybe I can ping you this code, or I have
Yes,
just
please.
copied these things from website, so even you can get it easily.
Okay.
So let me just accumulate all the code and then ping it to you. So
Yes. Thank you.
this will be your final solution. Lastly, you can call beautify the tree. So beautify will try to, this pretty print. Pretty print will try to give you the final tree. So
Just one thing. What is that? DP everywhere written. Okay, that is DP and DP and then VP. That is what you are talking. Noun pronoun thing in
yeah.
the DP1,
So
DP2. Yeah,
yeah,
this
so
thing.
this is nothing but, so this is our own tag which has been given over there. Suppose like if I'm trying to build a tree, right? So in a tree, so what kind of
Okay.
like a node name which I would like to give.
Okay.
So here I'm trying to start with the sentences maybe, and maybe a determinant all the time, and maybe a verb I can try to place over here inside verb. So I can try to place maybe adjective inside
These
that.
tags are given by the user. I mean, programmer. It
Yeah,
is not
programmer who used to
predefined.
build this automata.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Sudhanshu. Thank you. That was all from my side. I'll just recorrect all the answers,
Yeah.
and
So let's
I'll.
suppose I have given SP, right? See,
Okay.
SP doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
Now
Okay,
it's
but it is
something
coming.
here.
Yes, correct.
Just a node that we are going to create. So grammar is nothing but it's like a automata, or maybe the flow that we used to create. So you can create any kind of a grammar, right?
Hmm.
And this kind of a grammar is being used by all the compilers everywhere, or even in an NLP. So NLP is nothing but language understanding, nothing but it's like a compiler when we try to create automata for like understanding any kind of NLP. So it works in a similar way.
Okay. Okay. We are not using the chart parser. We are using something called, I think P format latex Q tree.
So yeah, so latex Q format is nothing but, so this is the latex Q format which will give you,
Okay.
and same thing we are trying to like a print over here in terms of a visualization.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's coming from pretty print, this one from latex Q tree. So we are getting this one,
Yeah.
and off, so we are just trying to print all the labels, so like just like a dictionary. So labels,
Okay.
then your items and labels, items and like its values, respective values.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Sudhakar. I'll just recorrect all my answers, and I'll just verify proofreading with you once again, maybe another time.
Okay, sure, anytime. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, Sudhakar.
yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you,
Hello,
Sudhanshu.
Yeah, thanks. Okay,
hello.
next one, please. Go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, audible away. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm listening to.
yeah, yes, sir. I had a few questions. I'm actually from the November 20th batch, and I have like finished almost all of the content except the Power BI and Tableau portion of it. I
Mhm.
watched all the other things and completed the assignments, except I had to go through more of those end-to-end projects. I have seen the wafer deduction and thyroid detection. So my next question is, how do I proceed from here? I even watched the resume building, but I think that's more of a one-to-one thing. And I even wanted to do the internship, but I think it starts from April, so I'll apply then. So, what are my next steps from here?
So project wise, right? You're talking about.
Yeah, even project wise, or
See, in
even
your
from a job wise, or something like that.
yeah, so in your full stack, so what we have done is, so there is a project in the ML section, there is a project into a DL section, there is a project into a vision section, there is a project into a NLP section that we have given to you, right?
Okay.
So now you have to think that, okay, fine. So when you will build your profile, so in which area you would like to focus more? Because nowadays everyone is expecting everything. That is fine. But maybe so you can try to give maybe 70%, 80% weightage to one section, and then couple of maybe 10, 20% weightage to some other area. So based on that, you can try to complete, if you have a time, so you can try to complete a project line by line, each and everything. In between a project, you will be able to find out that I have given some challenges as well. Maybe the like recordings which is available to you, because in every batches I used to give a different challenges. So I
Okay.
can't say that which challenge I have given in which batches according to the recordings which is uploaded. But yeah, I used to give. So just try to complete that one, and yeah, go for the resume discussions, and then go for the like job.
Okay.
The project is very much important, I'll tell you. And again, internship, I'll just recommend you that, okay, fine. So if you don't want to devote too much of time over there in an internship, but still at least try to understand, maybe try to join a couple of meetings in an internship so that you will be able to understand a business problem, how we try to approach to all of those business problems, how we try to build a solution, because these things will be important for you
Exactly.
moving forward when you will go for a interview. I'm not expecting that you will contribute maybe end to end, but yes, again for you, right? So this thing, so I think this will be your next step.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
So
because project is
Sudhanshu,
important. See, in a vision, a kind of a project that we have given you, in a ML, the kind of a complete project that we have given you. So those projects will help you out to explain yourself in any interview. And again, your resume discussions is going to happen based on that.
okay. So how do I
uh,
determine what project is correct for me or right for me?
No, so actually you have to do all the projects, and then in your resume discussion, we will tell you that which project you have to write and how you have to write, how you have to show your current experience in terms of how. Because project wise, it's a ML project, or when we talk about a vision project, when we talk about an NLP project, right? So approximately every kind of instances has been already covered over there, right? Every kind of possibilities is already covered. When resume discussion happens, so we talk about yourself, that what is your past experience, in which domain you are working, what is your current project, right? And then we have to relate your current project, your current domain with respect to, or we have to align your resume in such a way that you will be able to explain, or you will be able to talk about a project with respect to your domain, but technical wise, technical understanding wise. So those understanding will come from the these project which is already available inside the dashboard. This is how things happens. So we don't ask anyone to write a direct project into the resume.
Okay. Okay, sir. I'll
Yes.
work on my projects and I'll get to you.
Yeah.
Hi Sudhanshu, actually I was solving Python assignments, basic that practical problems,
Mhm.
and I watched all that fast track Python videos.
Mhm.
But from assignment 8 onwards in Python basic, the concepts are not covered in the fast track Python videos.
Which one? Which concept?
Like the root directory concept, and that I am on that right now. Assignment 9.
Okay, package directory you're talking about.
Yeah, what is the root
So,
directory, relative path,
so
absolute
in
path?
your old the recording which is already available, right? See, that's the reason there is a two mode. So in a classroom mode, and then there is this mode. So again, this is a recording from a previous batches, and for sure. So this concept we used to discuss, not discuss directly in a class as a topic. When we talk about a project, right? Over there, we have already talked about packaging things, or like how we create a packages, and then how we have created the project into a PyCharm or maybe somewhere else by using some other ID. So more or less those things are actually covered, but not in the same places where you are looking for. Direct
How we will complete that assignment if that topic is
identification, I don't think that it's a big deal, right? So package creation, identification, so I think you will be able to do it. And even if you are going to the fast track videos, so once you will reach out till a project part, so I think you will be having complete fair understanding that, okay, fine, so this is how we create a directory or packages or absolute path that you're talking about. Or maybe you can show me your assignment, I'll guide you now itself.
uh,
There is something that you don't need us to like a teach how to create a directory.
no, but actually I was trying to use that OS operating system dot path dot relative path. So
Mhm.
I was having confusion in that, and I asked that how can we get the relative path using that function, that method, from the Skype team, and they just forwarded some documentation to me.
Yeah, for sure, because there are thousands of methods which is available in like a Python.os I can say classes. So it's not required to like learn all of those methods or remember or memorize any of these methods. So we always try to follow the documentation. So I think that is a correct way. And just tell me which path you're not able to find it. I'll tell you now itself how you can find it out. Would you like to share your screen? Vishal, I think it was Vishal, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Would you like to share your screen so that we can talk about it now?
yeah, sure.
Okay, fine. Go ahead, please. Okay, next question. So those who is having question, guys, they can raise a hand. You will be able to find out the raise hand option, right? So once you will raise hand, I'll unmute you. And if you would like to share your screen, you can share your screen. We don't have any issue. We'll have a discussion.
Yes, sir.
Hi Sudhanshu, this is Ashish. Yeah,
Yeah, Ashish, go ahead.
So I was just going through few of the projects, ML projects.
Mm-hmm.
So where most of the projects have been coded in similar way only. So what I found is whenever we are doing some training,
Mm-hmm.
while training we are removing dropping some column.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever a standard deviation is zero, or there are all the value in the all the value in the all the column, all the value in a column is null. In that case, those columns are dropped, as well as we are doing this normalization and all. But while prediction, we don't have any code where we are storing these columns, and again while prediction we are dropping these columns.
No, so we have that actually. Otherwise, how I will be able to do a prediction? Let's suppose if I have dropped some column, I had 10 columns, right? And at the time of training, let's suppose I have dropped one of the column. Now the number of column left is equal to 9, right? And I have done the training. So at the time of testing, so are you saying that we are trying to
And
pass 10 columns?
what exactly is we are doing in production is we are again calculating the standard deviation and again finding the null, because there can be difference between the training data and the prediction data, right?
Hmm.
So again in prediction code also we are doing the same thing and dropping accordingly. But I don't think so this considering the columns which have been dropped in training, not exactly we should be again calculating the same thing, right?
No, no, no. I don't
And
think that.
also during normalization, we are doing the normalization in training. If you see the code, there is both places we are fit transform. We are using the fit transform for normalization or normalization also.
Yeah, yeah.
So that will work in a certain scenario when we are getting in data in a batch, while
Hmm.
real time in predict while predicting, when we are getting the data in batch, that can work in some extent. But if we are getting one data at a time in real time scenario, we want to predict all the things in real time scenario, we are
Hmm.
getting one data every time. In that case, that normalization will not work exactly.
Yeah, so in that case, what we used to do is, so we used to, let's suppose if I have done the normalization, right? So I will try to save that particular instances, and then at the time of prediction as well. So I'll try to pass through the same training pipeline that I've used.
Correct, correct. So instead of doing fit transform, we should only start we should load that and do the transform only, not the fit.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, so I think that is not exactly handled in the code what we have.
No, so by the time I'll discuss a code in your classes, right? So you will see that a same code has changed. So we have changed or we are changing a complete code, and you will be able to find out over there that even ops part will be included in the same code, and we have a build one platform, one simple UI we have built. So where what you can do is, so in a single UI itself, you will be able to find out three options: GCP, Azure, and AWS. So it will be able to build a complete pipeline automatically for CI/CD, and even that will be included, which was not a part of previous batches for which you have a recordings. So we are
Okay,
changing many things for your batch.
okay, and also with for deployment part, we are just deploying it, but do we have anything where we can get exactly idea after deployment how is exactly this is looking and all?
Yeah, so this is what it will be discussed in your batches. So like till deployment, so we have covered in a ML for deployment. That was a batch name. So we have restricted ourselves till that point. From your batches, so the code which is mentioned over here, and when the code will be discussed in your classes, live classes, right? So that will be little, not little bit different. Like it will change a lot. Because over there, so again in this code you must have seen that we are trying to take a data from a local system. But by the time I'll discuss a code in your classes, you will be able to find out that none of the things we are keeping in a local system. That's the first changes. So everything we are trying to get from the AWS S3, or you can say like a GCP drive, or maybe from Azure blobs. Second thing is logging, monitoring, everything we are trying to apply in a local system. Even we have changed that one. So logging, monitoring, everything will be applied in your like a cloud environment. Third thing is in terms of deployment. So here we are just trying to do a direct deployment over there. So what we have done, so we have included a CI/CD, and we are trying to create a build, and then phase wise, so we are trying to do a deployment, or version wise we are trying to do a model versioning over there. So this is something that we are trying to implement. And in a recent days, right, if you have followed a Chris Naik YouTube channel, you will be able to find out that a similar kind of a demo, right, So similar kind of a demo we have done on his channel for 4 days, right? So if you will follow along with this 4 days tutorial, so ML ops day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, so we just in a 4 days we have demonstrated only one project, and it took like a 4 days of time for us, where we have integrated our data versioning, we have like shown you a model versioning, we have shown you one of the CSD pipeline. Likewise, so there are approximately 12 to 13 pipeline that we are going to bring for your batches, right? So this was our demo, which was given for this purpose itself, so that people who are in hurry and people who would like to aware of they would like to like implement something like that in as soon as possible, they can just go through it, right? So it was
Okay,
one of the sample session that we have given, but still that took like a 12 hour of time for us.
oh, yeah, yeah, understood. Yeah. And also, like, will we be getting some cloud knowledge because we will be deploying or processing everything in cloud?
So with respect
Like,
to ops, this time in your batches, with respect to ops, with respect to a deployment, and with respect to configuration, logging, monitoring, and scheduling, whatever services are there, yes, that will be discussed.
but we will be mostly using this the open source only, no, not exactly like if you see the SageMaker, like AWS, we have SageMaker and all. So those things, will it be covered or like?
Yeah, that will be covered with respect to your project, so not specifically. So we are not here to teach you a cloud part, because cloud itself is a huge one, right? So whatever services we are using, let's suppose we are using CloudWatch over here, so we'll discuss about CloudWatch. Let's suppose we are using a SageMaker, so yes, we'll discuss about SageMaker. So likewise, let's suppose for creating a CI/CD pipeline, like we are using a Jenkins, we are using maybe Elastic ELK. So that services will be discussed, which is related to your project from a cloud. This is the restrictions that we are trying to put, because if I'll start talking about cloud, so maybe it will take another 6 months of time.
Understood, yeah, understood, correct,
Yeah,
correct.
and this is something that we have done.
Yeah,
12
yeah.
hours just for give you a sample.
Okay,
So you can
okay,
just
yeah, thank you
imagine
so much.
how tough it is in actual way, right? And here you will be able to find out that we have not left even a single point. So code wise, application wise, everything line by line. So we have shown you over there. Yeah. And this is like a open source like a tutorial that we have created, because we know that many people are not able to get actual flavor, like how actually we work, how you will be able to create a three environment, like a development, testing, and then prod environment, or maybe four environment: development, testing, pre-prod, and prod, right? And how your build will move, how automatically you will be able to write a test cases, so which will try to test it, and then it will try to build a final like a package, or maybe a final version. How we will be able to do a model versioning, how we'll be able to do a data versioning, right?
Mhm.
So everything needs to be automated, and this is what Sunny has shown us, right, in this 4 days of lecture. So by the way, Sunny is like a part of iNeuron.
Okay, yeah, yeah, understood. Yeah, like I just want to thanks like regarding the code and all, because code and all I found pretty helpful, and I think in this way we can work in order to build this auto ML part, because everything I can see in the code, we are like we're using several models and all, it automatically getting trained, hyper tuned and everything, and we are getting finally the best model. So in that way, like
So actually, iNeuron has released one a package last year, right, called as Auto Neuro. And if I'll share this repo with you, so you will be able to find out that we have actually built our complete Auto ML by ourselves. And in PyPy, that package is available.
yeah, yeah, thanks. I will like to see, yeah,
So it's
research
from
and
Pioneer
yes.
itself, and if you'll see the scratch coding, right, that
Mhm.
coding was even like a much more heavier as compared again. So yeah, the point that you have mentioned is correct. So the code, the way we have written a code, right? So if you have to build your own automatic library, I think you just have to add a couple of function and methods over there, right?
Correct, correct,
You,
yeah.
you must have seen the code. I think you have seen the code. That's the reason. So you are able to talk about it, right? So this is how we do it. And again, it's not like we have not done that. We have created our own package called as Auto Neuro.
Mhm.
And last year itself in July, I think it's been like a more than 8 months when we have made a first publish of this one.
Okay, yeah, 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 thank you. And I'm just waiting for this internship and all, like I think I will be getting more hands on there.
That's our
Uh,
objective. Okay.
Sudhanshu, can I share? I want to ask something.
Yeah, we shall go ahead. Yeah, I think you were sharing. Yeah. So guys, I think I can't
Yeah.
see much hands, right? So if you can
Uh,
raise your hand, because it's a doubt clean session, I think you all should raise your hand, and then we can have a discussion. So that's it.
Uh,
So we used to keep the session. Yeah, Vishal.
yeah. So see, as I have this find out this absolute path. So this is the absolute path. Now, from this, I wanted to use the relative path because uh, I wanted to show one example for the question where they asked about the what is relative path.
Hmm.
So that's why I used this function.
Hmm.
So it gave me this output. Like a test folder means which folder I want to point to, and this start. This is start. It shows that from where I want to start the relative path. Like I started from desktop
Okay,
and
fine.
desk.
So you are trying to go to this location. Fine.
Yeah.
That I
So this dot dot means relate.
then
But when I tried to enter the same value in the absolute path, so it
Mhm.
gave me wrong output. This one, actual output should be like this, na? But it is this. That's why I'm confused.
Yeah. So just try to do one thing. PWD bracket.
Where
PWD in just try to create one new tab and PWD bracket. Yeah, PWD.
PW
No, not here. Yeah, this one. Yeah, PWD.
PWD?
Yeah, open close bracket.
Yeah.
Normal parenthesis. Normal, not square. Yeah, execute.
Sorry.
Yeah, execute.
Execute.
Okay, so what is your? So this is your current directory actually. So
Yeah.
this is your current directory. So what you
Yeah.
can do is, so you can try to change the path. So I think os.path change path function is already available. So change your path, and then it will be able to give you a path, because there you are trying to set a relative path, but you are not trying to override it. Are you getting my point? In line number 93, right? You are trying to change it, but you are not trying to override the existing path, and your existing path is still the same. So if it is same, so for sure it will try to give you some outcome from the current path itself.
I'm saying that if I am like copying this path, this one.
No, this will not work, right? How system will be able to understand that what is the meaning of dot slash slash? Because this is something that you have given when you're trying to call the function. The system will not store this thing somewhere, right? So
Yeah.
what you can do is, so you can try to use os.path.change directory or change path, and then you can try to put this particular path, desktop slash slash python assignment slash slash conceptual, or whatever is your base path, right? Or starting path. You can try to
Uh,
get that one, and then from there you can try to get it.
to which directory should I change? Like after
Wherever,
this, it
yeah,
is test.
wherever you would like to point out.
I would like to see now from Python conceptual, it is test folder, and within test folder there is one text file.
Yeah.
So I want to point to this text test.txt file.
Okay, fine, not an issue. So just try to call os.path.change path, or os.chdr. Just simply call os.chdr. Yeah, bracket. Now try to change this path. Inside a string, inside as a string.
Yeah. Execute.
Yes. Now try to do pwd. Change, right?
Hmm.
Now try to do whatever you want. So now it's pointing to this particular directory, test underscore folder.
Okay. Actually, basically, I wanted to show that relative path is different from absolute path because absolute path starts from backslash and relate like in Unix operating, it starts from backslash, and in Windows, it starts from C colon backslash. So, but relative path start from the PWD. So, and
No, no, not at all. In Windows, you can try to use forward slash as well as you can try to use a backward slash, right? So if you're using forward slash, so it will expect a double forward slash to pass that particular path. If you're using backward slash, so it will be able to work with single backward slash. You can change it, and now itself you can try to choose it. In Linux machine, by default, it will be a backward slash, which it will be able to accept. In Windows, it works in both the way.
Sudhanshu, where can I learn all these concepts
This is not,
clearly?
this is something that you're not supposed to learn. It's not called as a concept to learn, right? It will just come out of the practice. Simple. You will read some data, you will just fill over there, you will see error called as file not found, right, or issue with the path. So this is something which we don't learn. It comes automatically. Everything can't be like a taught, or everything we don't learn, right? So we work and then we try to get all those things. In a Windows, you will be able to get some kind of a Unicode error as well, right? So just to handle that error, so we try to append R, which will be able to handle my Unicode format.
Oh,
So
yeah, raw string.
yeah, so raw string, which is not an issue with respect to a Linux machine. If you're using Linux machine, we don't try to mention those raw string or anything. Yes, so it's a system dependent thing as well. When you are using Unix, things will be a little bit different. When you are using Windows, things will be a little bit different. So we don't learn those things. No need to learn anything like that, right? We will get to know about it as we'll progress, as we'll try to handle our files.
With respect to this assignment, what should I do then?
Simple, right? You're like a theoretical answer, or os.csdir, then a fluid path. That's it, and close it.
No need to show these kind of practical things.
It's fine if you can show a little bit. It's always better to explore something, right? We have given you some questions so that at least see yesterday maybe you have never heard of this lines or this kind of a word, right?
Yeah.
Now at least you know that, okay, fine, so this kind of things exist, right? Now tomorrow you will face an issue and then you will be able to recall, okay, fine, so I have done something, maybe
Yeah.
based on that. So it will be it will become a practice. We don't learn, and no one will even ask you a question on this one, right? Not even a single question. Even if you are going to give a interview for a Python like a beginner level interview, right? Even in that interview, no one will raise this question. So it's something that we adopt. Yeah. So maybe on a very first notebook was very new for us. So do you feel now that notebook is new for you? Not at all,
No.
right? Notebook
No.
is just like Excel we use, we are using since a childhood, or maybe a Word file that we are using, right? So just like that, we are able to use notebook. Agree?
Yeah.
But even I taught you how to use a notebook in a very first class,
Yeah.
right? So this is something that we adopt. It's not like everything we used to learn. So something you will get it by default as a part of flow.
Okay.
Okay.
And regarding internship, I want to ask something. Like, actually, I joined one company through my college only this year. I mean, on December only. And I actually I'm from non-tech, so those their profile I couldn't match what I really wanted, and my interest was in analytics, but I'm in some support kind of projects.
Hmm.
So how
Is it
much
a, is
time?
it a is it a paid internship or is it a free one?
No, I'm as a working.
Okay, you are working. Okay, fine. In a support. Fine, fine. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know much like what happens in industry because I'm yet to explore.
Hmm.
But my manager, my team lead says that you need to work. Things will be irregular according to the clients. So sometimes your meeting will be in morning, sometimes in night also, or
Hmm.
in between, and you need to work maybe for more than 10 hours sometimes, and sometimes only 4 hours. So according to that, how can I manage my internship with iNeuron?
So see, it's subject to your lead. So again, from iNeuron, so whoever will be a lead, right? So you can just talk with them, and then based on that, you can discuss. We don't control anything over there. So like we just leave these things in between your team lead and your entire team and you. So you can decide and you can discuss that. Okay, fine. So maybe I will not be available from this to this hour today, and then like tomorrow I'll do it. So in this way.
So are they flexible? iNeuron team, are they flexible enough for us?
So again, if you will try to make an excuse on a daily basis, so that will not be acceptable. First of all, yes, so there will be a flexibility. So you can't take an advantage of it in terms of giving flexibility, but yeah. So we understand all those facts as well at the same point of a time. Ultimately, we want you to like contribute and work so that it will be very less painful or not at all painful for you to make a transition. That's the reason. So that's the idea behind creating an internship. Otherwise, there is like a no use.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, Sudhanshu, hi.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, this is Aruna here.
Yeah,
Okay,
Rana.
I have two or three questions. I'll take a brief time. So,
Okay.
firstly, is this interpreter versus compiler? Can you just give a heads up as to what it is?
Okay. So what do you think? Python is a interpretable language or it's a compiled?
I have no idea.
Okay. What do you
I have read about it, and what it says is that like compiler, takes the entire program as a whole, and then it makes a certain instance of that object and it keeps it. And what interpreter does is basically like we do in Jupyter notebooks. It goes by line instruction.
what
So
what do you think about HTML code? Is it a compiled like a code or it's a interpretable code?
I'm sorry, I didn't get you. Which report?
HTML we used to write, right? href tables, then like table.
I I'm sorry, I cannot comment on that. I am not from that field, so I won't be able to. So
Okay.
that's why I'm asking you.
Okay, so in a layman way, so anyhow, I'll sometime give you explanation in a class itself, right? So what is the difference between interpreter and compiler? But as you have asked a question, so see, if you have seen a HTML code, right? So whenever have you do you have any idea about it, like little bit at least, just a little
Yeah,
bit?
I have done little bit of your inspect element. I have seen the codes
Okay.
and all that.
Yeah, so fine. So in HTML, what happens is you are able to see a code, right? Now, so we try to create a table. So can I say that we try to write a table tag, then tr, then tb, then th, and all those things, right? So as we write, so it try to go through line by line, one line at a time, and then it will be able to execute. Means it will be able to like follow that instruction, and then it will be able to give means kind of a rule based. You can say just in a layman way. If I'll try to give you example, so kind of a rule base that okay fine, someone has written a rule that okay fine, so tv means create a table, right? Now tr means okay fine, so create one row inside a table, then th means maybe one horizontal line or something like that, just try to create it. Okay, so interpreter always try to works in kind of a rule based, you can say someone has written a rule and then I will try to like compile it. Now when it comes to a compiler, right? So when we try to create a compiler, so we always, and this is what I was talking about when I was talking about this nlp code. So in a compiler, so we try to write an automata theory. For example, I'll just show you one simple example how compiler actually works. So if I'll just go to Google, automata theory. So based on this, you will be able to find out that this things actually works. So in many like automata theory, you will be able to find out. And again, this is how compiler has been created. So in case of automata theory, what happens is that, okay, you have given one starting point. Now from this starting point, where I should go, which one I will execute. Then if that instruction will fail, then where I have to fall back, or maybe where I have to create a completion of this particular instruction. So let's suppose if I have written, okay, fine, so function, system will be able to understand that, okay, fine, this is a function. Now inside that, so let's suppose if I have written some for loop. So inside a for loop, I will give an instruction for I in this object. So it will try to start from the function, go to this object. Now inside this object, go through each and every element, right? Try to extract all of those elements. And now let's suppose if I have written if. So inside if, so I'll write instruction. So again, it will try to follow this kind of instruction that, okay, fine. So from here, we have to go here in case of if. If not, then maybe loop down to this one. So this is something called as a automata theory. So entire compiler works on this automata theory. Entire compiler, whatever compiler that you have seen or you must have heard of so far, so forth, maybe a C compiler, C++, or maybe a Python. So everything works on this kind of automata theory where it will try to complete a flow, or you can say automata theory is nothing but it's, you can try to sense these things as a like a graph as well, right? It's kind of a graph but not exactly a graph that we used to study in our data structure algorithm like a Dijkstra, Kruskal, Prims, right? It's not like that. Automata theory is having its own set of the graph. So which is kind of like initially we try to define a rule when we try to create some kind of a languages or any kind of instruction that we try to create. So on this theory, if something is working, so that is something called as a compiler. It's not a rule based, it's a flow based, you can say. So it will try to check each and every instruction. Each and every instruction will be a dependent instruction on each and other, whereas in interpreter, instruction will not be a dependent one on each and every one. So just for the simple example, HTML is a kind of interpretable language, so where it will not have to execute anything. So it will just try to take the instruction and then convert it back into a required output format. If I'll talk about maybe a Java, C or C++, so you will be able to find out that it's a compiled language. Now I'm leaving this up to you, that whether Python is an interpretable or Python is a compiled one. Someone has told me that Python is an interpretable language. Let me tell you one thing, just for a hint, Python is both. How?
Python is both, yeah.
Python is actually interpretable as well as compiled. Many people say that it's interpretable. It's incorrect, first of all, right? But maybe you can try to search this answer. But yeah, answer from my side is Python is both.
Yeah, right.
But at least
Okay.
overview. Are you able to get the overview? Interpretable means
Yeah,
rule
yeah,
based.
yeah. I have a little bit of understanding of this. What you have got. I'll surely go through this theory that you have mentioned,
Yeah.
and then I will get back to you if I have anything else to it. So, but the main thing is that, like so going by the layman's language, interpreter is execute and forget, and compiler is actually what you have shown is finite state diagrams are there. I think, and it will take into consideration all possible workflows.
So
So
compiler actually
it
works
is
on. So here, who is this one? Yeah. So compiler actually works on the state, you can say. Now you can't say that it remembers. It will execute a code and then it will forget for sure, right? But when why we are talking about state, so it will be able to maintain a state in between that block which you're trying to execute. That is the meaning of state. So again, many people think that state means creating a memory of it, but it's not like that. Again.
okay. Okay. Let me explore. I'll get back to you on this if I have any
Yeah,
more doubts.
in layman
Okay.
way. So
The second question.
yeah. Go ahead with
Yeah,
the
my
second.
second question is, I have a couple of more questions. My second question is that while we were removing an element from a list, is there any change of the address? Like there are 5 elements in a list. I'm supposing, randomly deleting the third element.
Hmm.
So will there be any change of addresses for the rest of the elements which I have not deleted? Because what I understand is that in Python mein, we are basically binding an object to a particular value or memory value stored in a memory location. That is the concept of it. And therein comes the concept of deep copy and shallow copy. Uh, More or less everything is based on that concept only. So when we're deleting it, is the rest of the elements shifted in a register, or the inbuilt Python program only like it's a linked list, right? So the linked list
So
में आपका path change हो जाता है.
I got
That is
got.
what.
I think there is a huge noise which I'm receiving from someone's side. So yeah, let me answer this question. I think I got your question. Correct me if I'm wrong. So when you are trying to delete some element, so again, Python is a kind of a mutable element. Yes, you are changing a position of a element which is available inside a list. But if you will try to talk about a address of a list, we are not changing that. So you can try to check address before and after, it will be same. Address of a whole list I'm talking about, right? Means a value which it was referring to before and after will be same, but yes, inside that particular addresses. So again, we have an address, right? So it will try to refer to one address for L or maybe list that you have created list variable, and then inside that we have an element. So there is a pointer which will be pointing to other elements, right? So for that
Right,
one, so
right.
yes, we are changing, but as a whole list, we are not changing it.
Okay,
This
okay,
is, and
right.
this is what we do. This is
The third question.
same thing we do when we try to create like a pointers, and when we try to use maybe a malloc or calloc maybe into your this one linked list that we used to create in C, C basically.
Okay, okay, thanks. Okay. The third question is that this reference operator. So last time I asked Krish also this, but he gave me some clue like what it is. But I'm not able to understand the question. I don't need the answer. But actually, question क्या है? मतलब what is the question regarding? There's 6 types of reference operators which you have mentioned as a tricky question in your assignment 2 or 3, I think. So
Yeah.
what is being asked? I may be wrong, but I need to understand the question first. So
Just
can
have
you
to
just
list down the operator's name, nothing else. So just we want you to like a list down operator's name. So we want you to find all the relational operator and then try to list it down over there. That's it as of now. Because anyhow, we have not taken a classes on the operator part. So in one of the lectures, so I'll be talking about that. But yeah, as of now, we just want you to find out. At least you will be aware about the name.
Okay. So the rest of them I'm quite aware, and I've used them also in the exercises that you have given. But what Krish had said, that it is basically like how we reference a data, like slicing and all that. So he actually pushed me into that that part and told me to explore more. So मैं explore किया, उसके बाद मैं छोड़ दिया. I'm not understanding the question. It's not required to beat around the bush if I don't understand the question. That is my
It's fine.
Suman, I searched for the same question on internet, like a different type of reference operator, and I got like equals to, then plus equals to, minus equals to, divide equals to, modulus equals to, these kind of reference operators.
So reference operators are nothing but yes. So these are the same thing.
So basically, are they not conditional operators, because they're that we have already used? Those are condition operators,
No,
right?
these are not conditional operators. These are actually, see, plus equals means a plus equals 1 means a equals to a plus 1, and equals to is coming in between. Equals to is the reference operator only, and plus equals to is the shorthand syntax.
Yeah,
So
plus
that is
equals
an
to
operator.
yeah, right. But it is basically changing the values of a only, right?
So reference
Like
means
a or
that
b, whatever variable it is. I am not changing the memory location per se. I am changing the value of it.
yeah, so we are referring to like a some memory location, right, with the help of this one. So we are not doing using this operator for comparison.
these are not logical
Okay.
operators.
Yeah.
Got this point?
Right. Now I get it. Now I get it. Now I
Yes.
get it.
And
Okay, thanks.
Sudhanshu, regarding his question only, or regarding like when we delete one element from the list.
Your batchmates are giving answer. Vishal is like giving. I'm not giving this answer. Vishal is
No,
giving.
I am all ears. जहाँ से
Yeah,
भी
Vishal.
knowledge मिल जाए मेरे को, I am all ears.
Yeah, that's the reason. So we have this discussion. Yeah, Vishal, go ahead, please.
Like he said that when we delete one element from the list, suppose it contains four elements,
Yeah.
and suppose four integers, and we delete the element from the second index. So it is obvious that element from the third and fourth index will shift towards left.
Yes.
So the list like boxes, they actually contains indexes which actually refers to the object in the memory. So when those shifting happens from left to right, so the addresses of the object to which that pointers in the list points to, does it change?
Actually, pointers changes means references to these objects is going to change. That's
But
it. So we are able to feel that okay, fine. So index is going to change, right?
yeah, but address of that object remains the same, no?
Yeah, address of this object remains the same. References just changes. So
Okay.
just like your C, C++, right?
Yeah,
So C++,
okay.
let's suppose if I have deleted some of the list or maybe some of the linked value, right? Now it will try to point to the next one.
Next one, yeah.
But address of the next one has not changed. We have just changed the linkage. And because of that, you will be able to see a changes into a indexes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Sudhanshu, this is
my
Sunil. Am I audible?
sorry, I have a final question. I'll just finish off that. And this is not a particularly related to any kind of coding or anything. It is that see, right now I'm talking for myself. I'm just now starting out, and I've started doing these assignments and all of that. So, like when I see the what is the ocean of material that is out there that I have to explore. I am not from a CS background. I'll not say technical background because I know you hate that word. So I'm not from a CS background. So how do we keep ourselves motivated? And how do I take care of my anxiety?
Let me tell you one thing. So I hate these couple of words like I'm not from technical background, right? Generally, people used to say I'm not from CS background, so I hate both of these words. And there is a reason behind this one. Why I hate this? Let me tell you this. So see, it's completely fine if you're not from the technical background. It's completely fine even if you're from CS and from non CS because you will be able to find out. People generally think that just a perception that if someone is from CS background, so that person might be very good with the coding, but you can just go and ask anyone who is in a colleges, right? And from the CS background, just ask them that how many of them are able to even pass in their exams and what is the mark that they used to get and how good they are. Their like a bachelors are in terms of coding. You will be able to find out the exact answer. So branch doesn't matter. And even I had my friend who was from a non-CS background, maybe civil background. in general. So I have many friends, right? So they are not from this background, but they are very good with the coding, even better than I was. Like I was nothing, you can say, in front of them, right? So that's the reason I hate this word saying that I'm from non-technical background. Yes, on a first day of class, you can say that I'm from a non-technical background. On second day of class, with 90%, basically you can say that okay, fine, I'm from non-technical background. But after spending 3 months into a classes where we are trying to talk about everything from installations, from like we are even giving classes in a things where we are not supposed to give a classes. No one's supposed to teach how to use a Jupyter notebook, but we are talking about it, right? Even a very basic things, even permutation, combination of everything, right? Then at least I'm not expecting. So after 3 months, right, I'm not expecting that person will come and say that, okay, I'm from non-technical background. And because of that, so because if world has accepted, right, if IT industry has accepted everyone, right, then why we are and who we are to say that, okay, fine, so I'm from tech or non-tech background. Because if you will follow a IT background, you will be able to find out in I'll give you a rough estimation, right? In engineering, you will be able to find out one CS branch, one IT.
Sudhanshu ji, sorry, I'm just interrupting you. I am in complete agreement. Or this point, you and Krish have both, drilled into our heads. I am not disagreeing to that.
No, no, I'm
I
just
know what is the situation.
this is talking about everyone.
I just need your help how to build myself.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
I need to build myself. I cannot give excuse at the end of the day. मैं आप नहीं पढ़ाएंगे तो ऐसा नहीं होगा तो कि I'll blame my success and my failure on you. I have to build myself, so I
Yeah,
need some advice from you.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. And I'm not pointing out on you. I'm just talking about my perception. That why I used to say, right, and why I hate these two words. I'm just giving answer to that one, right. And I think you have raised this question. Before that, none of you have highlighted this topic. You know, I hate this word kind of topic, right? That's the reason. So it's became interesting for me. So I'm just talking about my point of view. So why I hate this word. So the thing is, you will be able to find out that there will be one branch of IT, one branch of CS, and triple E, ECE, mechanical, civil, right? So you will be able to find out more number of branches in any colleges as compared to CS and IT, right? And all of them, and majority of them, you will be able to see that they used to come into IT industry and they used to work, right? They are from non-coding background, non-technical background. Industry has accepted them, right? In a past, even now, and even tomorrow. Nowadays, you will be able to find out even a trend, right? There are many organizations. One of the best organization I'll say Joho, right? I think you might have heard of this Joho, right? Joho is running one school, right? So their director, so he has received this year Padma Shri as well. I think, yeah, Padma Shri he has received. So I think we all know that what is the value of Padma Shri. It's one of the highest like award, civilian award in India. So basically, he's running one school, and he used to teach only two language in that school, right? One is English, and second is a programming language, right? And that too, a person or a people or a kids or maybe like other persons who is completely out of this one. So see, we think coding is something which is related to a CS background or something related to someone who has already done a coding in a past. But nowadays, you will be able to find out that every infrastructure, whether it's a civil infrastructure, mechanical infrastructure, healthcare infrastructure, banking infrastructure, right, whatever systems, whatever applications, whatever services, whatever app that you're using into your mobile, right, everything has been designed, developed by some coder, right? We all know that. So coding is a second most popular language in our world after English. We all know that, and we all used to feel that India is in a position as of now, which we see as a part of industry is like US was in a similar kind of a position maybe a 20 year back over there. So back then, so people loved coding and they have started doing it. But yes, maybe because of some infrastructure unavailability, or maybe because of internet issue, or maybe something like that. Because of that, so we as Indians, we are not able to grow. So now at least we have to get on that level if we have a platform. So that is the reason I hate these two words, non-technical or CSIT. If you are not from that background, many people says that. Many people you will be able to see over a YouTube that no, if you are from non-technical, you will not be able to do these things. You will not be able to get a job into IT. This was the reason. Majority of the testimonial which I have published, intentionally, which I have published a majority of testimonial of fresher, mid-level people or experienced people with 20-year experience, right? I have published all of those testimonial from a non-technical background person who have made a transition, and I have published their success stories so that people will see, people will be able to check a reality that whether like we are, when I'm saying that okay fine, even non-technical person can do it, whether they will be able to do it or not. And let me tell you one thing, after some time, and that time is not too far, after some time you will be able to see in IT industry that people will not even care about your degree, because mindset, this mentality is changing, this degree mentality, the certificate mentality is changing a lot, right? These things have changed in many startups, right? Many startups is accepting a people who is not even having a degree, who is a dropout, who is good with one particular things, right? They're doing it. Even Elon Musk has said the same thing. Many organizations are trying to adopt a same kind of a culture, because now they know that okay, if I have to get a better developer, better coder, better solution designer, it doesn't mean that I have to get I will be able to get those students from these backgrounds. Doesn't matter. Like these background doesn't matter, right? There are other things which matters a lot. So that's the reason I say that it's completely fine. On first day, if you tell me that okay, fine, so you are from non-technical, but after 3 months, I don't want to get this word. I don't want to hear of this word, right? And that was the only reason, because it's my responsibility to tell you in a very first day that no, there is a chances and there is a possibility, and you can do it, and there are a people who will give you an opportunity. If I'll not say these things, and if I'll not push these things, people will keep on talking about that I'm non-technical, I'm non-technical, I'm non-technical throughout the year. And what will happen after the year, right? They will fail. Then it will be a wastage of time. Then they will not be, just because of that failure, because of this fear factor, they will not be able to restart things, because they have already invested a time. Forget about money, they have invested a time, right? They have invested their patience, and they will not be able to, so they will not be able to think of even doing these things again. And which many of you have already done that by doing a training from XYZ, and you have maybe like you are not able to make a transition, and you are not able to make a switch, just because there was maybe a little bit of like a differences that they were not able to fill, right? Otherwise you would have done that, right? So this is where I come into a picture, because I'm not here just to teach you Python programming or machine learning or deep learning or maybe a computer vision. As an instructor, what I believe is, and when I take a batches, what I believe is like it's my whole and sole responsibility to talk about correct things, even though if it looks wrong, or even though in a it looks or maybe in a bad tone or maybe in a bad way, but yes, it's my responsibility to push my people, because when you join a batches, you all are my people. And yes, so I can't just behave like a groomed professional over here, who are here to give you just training. No, sometimes I get into an unprofessional way, and then I have to push you. And this is where I exist, and because of that, so many people are able to, not many, so many are able to make a transition. So this is what I believe, right? So some of you will not agree with me, but yeah, this is what my personal thought is. So
Yeah,
Apurva, I think
Subhanshu,
I
just
gave
move
you
it.
the right, right?
Okay.
Hi,
Hi,
Subhanshu,
Sudhanshu,
this
this
is
is
Thanks.
Pradeep.
Pradeep.
Thanks.
Manish.
One
Hello.
Purva. So I think we can talk to him first of all.
No.
I think it was a very long
Hello, Sudhanshu sir.
yeah,
Hello.
please, Manish, yeah.
Sir, I have few
Hi,
queries. I would like to share my screen.
Okay.
Can you please allow me to share my screen?
Yeah, it is Manish, right?
Hi, yes, sir,
Yes,
Manish here. Actually, even my question was similar to Anurva.
Is it clear? Like,
But one more, I think I would request you to add few more points on the assignments. When we see the assignments, we have a lot of assignments, and when we so we are not able to actually focus on them. I mean, where to start? We have
no,
already
where
uploaded.
no, start from the beginning. When you're not sure about like where to start, right? When you're confused, start from the beginning. It
No,
applies in
and
anything.
we attend these classes, people will talk about this fast tracks. So when we
See,
see all these things, we are not able to focus on
no,
somewhere.
no,
I
no,
mean,
don't go after this one. See, the thing is, in doubt clean session, why we are giving you this communication channel, whether it's a Skype, whether it's a mail, or whether it's a live doubt clean session. The thing is that some of you have already gained some sort of a knowledge from somewhere, right?
yeah,
Maybe
exactly,
because
yes.
of this a little bit of differences which I was talking about, so you are not able to make a transition, right? Now I can't ask you, and I'm no one to ask you that okay, fine, spend throughout the like 1 year again and then make a transition, right?
Yes,
You may lose a business. So
yep,
my responsibility is to push even those people who are looking for maybe a quick opportunity. And even to those people who have just started. So I have to balance out both the ways. So that's the reason. So it's a doubt clearing session. It's a one-to-one doubt clearing session. So you are not supposed to, even if you don't know about something which other person is asking, right? It's completely fine, because it's a one-to-one doubt clearing session. I'll clarify all of your doubts anyhow. Even though if I have to stay here like for a whole night, but yes, I'll clarify all the doubts and then I'll go. Okay. So don't worry about others. You have to follow your own track, right? What others are following, you don't have to follow that. In this way, you will just go mad. So don't
Sir,
do
can
that.
you guide here? So how can we, I mean, do the assignments? Because we have some
Start from the first
Python.
theoretical one. That's the reason. So we have given you theoretical one, so that at least you will be aware about some words.
Okay.
Which you will encounter maybe for the very first time in your life this time.
So
Right?
I was following the same thing, and in between you had uploaded this basic assignments for practical as well. So even I started from there also.
So
and,
in parallel, let's suppose like a 2-3 assignment from theory, then 2-3 from practical, then from theory, then from practical, then from theory. Because the purpose behind giving assignment is not to test your knowledge what you have learned in a classes. No, the purpose behind this one is to get a mix and match of everything. Whether you are able to recall it or not, whether you are able to search it or not, whether you are able to do something by yourself or not. That was the purpose behind doing that.
Okay, sir, I'm good then.
Hi, Sudhanshu, this is Mukli.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Hi, Sudhanshu. This is Pratik. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, Pratik, go ahead. Yeah.
Hi. Like yesterday, I had contacted iNeuron team via the Skype through. Like, and I have a couple of questions. Like, I'll start with giving my brief background. I have completed my engineering in electronics and telecommunication from University of Mumbai, and I've done it in 2016. And after that, I worked in TCS for a year and 3 months as a system engineer. Thereafter, I had to, like, my ambition was to prepare for UPSC, so I had to take a break, and I was preparing for that, but I couldn't make it. So after that, I started looking out for jobs, but I was not able to get through. So I currently am working in Reliance Geo as at an executive position, and my work is to deal with the like most of the enterprise and individual customers regarding geo fiber and geo mobility issues. And I was actually interested in data science for a very long time. So that is the reason why I took this course, because one of my friend told me that this is one of the uh, like institutes where you can study this data science thing, and you can be able to make a transition. So I just want to ask you, like, uh, according to my background, what do you think are the chances?
See, like I told you, so background doesn't matter at all. Not at all.
So
chances will depends upon how you are able to like complete all those things, and that to till like a project part until like a building something by your own. That will create a chances or no chances. Simple.
Yes, sir. And sir, one more question. So currently I'm not working in a technical position. So I'm working in telecom domain. So sorry for bringing
Things
this
doesn't
technical,
matter. I
non-technical.
told you, right?
Yeah.
So see, this
Yeah.
is kind of discussions that we can do, but honestly speaking, and then you can try to check with a person who is already working into industry, right? You can connect with many people. So because we have a LinkedIn, so we have like we can reach out
Yes.
to
Yes.
anyone. 100 people, one people will reply for sure, right? And
Yeah.
maybe out of 100, at least one or two people will give you honest advice. Some people will don't like to give because it's just a human being. Depends upon human by human, but you will be able to find out that domain, industry, your previous experience, colleges, your like branch over there. These things are irrelevant, right? So at least you are from electronic communication background, right? At TCS,
Yes.
they have given you
Yes.
like a position as a senior software engineer. This is what you
Yes. Yes.
right.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't think that they have gone through your branches. Otherwise,
Yes, definitely. So, so my question actually is related to my recent job. I'm like not working in a technical position at this moment. A year and a half before, I was working as software engineer. Yeah, definitely. So my domain is like, according to my background, is telecom. So are there any sufficient like jobs available in as data scientist at data scientist position and telecom domain?
When persons hires for a data scientist, right? So data scientist doesn't get like separated by a domain. Many people think that okay, fine, so data scientist in healthcare, unless and until I don't think that you are working as a complete pure functional consultant into a telecom. You are working as a
Yeah.
technical person into a telecom, right?
No, sir. I'm not working as a technical person. Actually, I'm working as an executive. My work is to deal with the enterprise and individual customers and resolve their issues related to geo mobility and geo fiber. So it's kind of a functional, I would say.
So even in that case, at least there will not be a restriction people are going to put that, okay, fine, so you are not eligible for this domain or that domain. Because if you will switch your company, you will jump, so your domain will change. Maybe they will allocate you some other domain, right?
Okay, so there are possibilities that I can change my domain
People
after.
forget about domain actually. It's like if
Okay.
you're working into finance and banking domain, let's suppose I'm a full stack Java developer, right?
Okay.
And if I have experience of 5 years, like working into maybe a particular domain, maybe a finance and banking, right? Next company, like it's not like I will go and I'll try to switch just into a finance. I can go and switch in anyone, right? But if let's suppose if I've done my MBA and then since the very beginning, so I'm just working into a domain, one single domain, maybe a supply chain or maybe into a finance or maybe into I can say aviation or somewhere. So there, sometime domains matters, sometime as a pure functional guys, right? Who is having just a functional background. When I say functional, it simply means that you know in and out of complete telecom domain, right?
Okay.
In terms of like our businesses, how it works. So sometimes it matters, otherwise it doesn't. So
Okay.
Hello,
Thank
sir.
you, sir, and thank you for the motivation that you gave.
yeah, so I will keep on giving you, don't worry.
Yeah. Hi,
Uh,
Sudhanshu. This is Murli here. I have a very simple doubt. Okay.
Yeah.
You have been talking about the Jupyter notebook, right? So
Yeah.
I'm facing one peculiar problem. I don't know. Maybe it could be because of my own ignorance or something. Okay. So whenever I try to go and check for a function, right? You said, let's say you create a list or something. Okay. You just let's say I create a list L. Okay. And then I type L dot and tab. It gives me a list of functions that's associated with a particular list, right? Right. And
Yeah.
then if I select that list, and then let us say I select a function called append, right? Okay, just for example, I'm saying, okay, and I try to do shift tab, it doesn't give me anything. And I don't know. I'm going to say, especially when I
Are you
can
doing these things outside like a function or inside the function?
inside the function. Like for
It,
example, yeah, once I type it,
it's fine if you're not getting, maybe like your system is slow or something, but
yeah, seems to be, yeah, that could be one reason.
it works all the time, or maybe you have made some kind of you are making some small issue or something like that. It
Whereas
happens,
if I the
but
way, like for example, sometimes it works in the if when I write the program, like for
yeah,
example, let's have
so it's working with me. So just depends upon sometime maybe your system is speed or something. Maybe you can try to use kernel restart, and then you can try this out, because I don't see any reason that it is not going to.
yeah, when you do that, right? Now when you just say L dot append,
Yeah.
yeah, you select that, and yeah, when I go into that, yeah, it doesn't give me. I do highlight, I highlighted this point inside the bracket and do a shift
Possible.
tab, and it doesn't give me at all anything.
No, possible. Sometime maybe because of system issue or something. Because library wise you will get it, and
Okay.
maybe because of this one.
No, I used to get it. I mean, suddenly I don't know. It used to take some time before it used to appear,
Yes,
but
I
as
think
of now,
system slowness issue. There is no other reason. Maybe you can try
okay,
to like try this out. A kernel restart. Kernel restart maybe will give you. So that's better.
okay, okay.
Yeah, hi Sudhanshu, can I ask a
Yeah.
question?
Hello, sir. This is
Thanks,
Jagadish.
thanks a lot, Sudhanshu. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, hi
Yeah.
Sudhanshu.
Yeah, Hardeep, go ahead. Hardeep.
Yeah, so I have a question related to the function. Like in the last class, you have explained how to define the function and takes the parameter into the function. So my question is related to the arguments. Like when we have passing the default value to the first parameter, it doesn't allow that. Like it always will out the second parameter. So just wanted to know what is the reason behind it, because I didn't understand that logic.
Because in OOPS programming, you will be able to find out that any first argument try to behave like a pointer. So that's the reason. So this is designed in this way. There is something called as a self. So pointing to itself.
Hello.
You will get to know about this self concept and pointing to itself kind of a concept in your OOPS programming language. And if you'll go through my videos, which is already there, so I discussed about it in OOPS.
In future, you will be explain that.
Yes.
Because I was worrying about that, like the C sharp, like I am from the .NET.
No, yeah. So sometimes, yeah, it looks
Yeah.
sometimes like a little bit weird as compared to
Yeah.
other languages. So
Yes.
that is like known fact.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I would like to share my screen. Can you give an access to share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, next question, please.
Hello, can I just?
Yeah, go ahead. Carlos, yeah, Wesley, Arya.
Yeah, where can I see the testimonial videos?
Sorry, where you can see?
The videos you are saying that the testimonial videos about job interviews. Job.
Okay, I think on a Chris Naik channel, testimonial part, and even on iNeuron, so there is a list called as testimonial. So there, I think it's a public. Many of you have already watched it.
Okay. Okay, I have another small. I want a suggestion, not doubt. Even I'm practicing, I'm not able to be such a good person. Why?
How much time you have devoted? Total number of hours wise, like on a daily basis?
Total number of hours means I don't know, but on a daily basis, I'm practicing for 1.5 hour or 2 hours.
Okay, so will you be able to share your screen and show me like whatever you have practiced today and yesterday?
Today and yesterday, I'm just done one assignment and one basic assignment in theory and one basic assignment in practical. You know.
So I think it's a good progress, right? So you are
Yeah.
able to at least do something. Yes.
Yeah,
And
I have done that, but I'm taking some extra time to.
no, that is fine. See, initially you will take time. There is no issue. That's the reason I asked about the timing. Yes. So it will take time. Excuse me. It's completely acceptable. You are not supposed to worry about it. Right. And this time, so as of now, first assignment you are trying to solve, both the part going forward, time will decrease. That's fine. This is how we learn. No, don't worry about it. It's completely fine. Just follow the same path. So follow the same thing.
Okay, yeah. Today I have submitted that one practical and one theory.
Yeah. So just don't leave it. So just try to maintain this momentum. I think after some time you yourself will say that okay, fine. So I think now I'm able to think in that direction.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Sir, can I share my screen now?
Yeah. So I think you're sharing, right, Jagdish?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Can you see my screen, sir?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Yeah.
Sir, this is the program I have created for Fibonacci series.
Okay.
See, sir, now I'm getting the correct output.
Okay.
So if I change this line into a equal to b, comma b equal to a plus b.
Yeah.
See, the output is changing, sir. For example, here I am supposed to get 2 plus 1, 3. But I am getting 2 plus 1 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 2 plus 2, 8. 8 plus 4 plus 2. Like this I am getting.
Yes, I know you will get this one. True.
Sir.
Shallow copy, the concept of shallow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So he will get this one. So do you know why you are getting this one? And what is the meaning of a comma b is equal to a and a plus b? So what was the meaning of the previous statement and what is the difference that you have created over here?
Sir, I am understanding previously it was in one line. So it was executing line by line.
No. So this is not the problem. The problem over here is that
Yes,
in a previous one at a time, so it was trying to update two variables before changing a session. Now
Yes,
it is trying to update one and then changing a session going into the second one. So that's a problem with this particular code, and that is the reason. So you are able to get a wrong output. Now let me open up my annotator and then I'll try to show you. So annotation wise, I think annotation. Go to your code. Go to your code. There itself I'll explain you. Go to your code.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is a very common issue, and yes, I think more than
सर
100 times
फेवोनाची
I have.
सीरीज जीरो से स्टार्ट होता
Sorry.
है सर जीरो से स्टार्ट होता है फेवोनाची सीरीज इट
पहले
स्टार्ट फ्रॉम जीरो
इट्स ओके, वन से स्टार्ट कर लेंगे, क्या दिक्कत है? क्वेश्चन वो नहीं था, क्वेश्चन ये था
हाँ
कि
समझा
अपडेट क्यों क्यों हो जा रहा है,
हाँ
दैट वाज अ क्वेश्चन। ठीक है,
हाँ सर
जीरो से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, वन से स्टार्ट, हम फाइव से करेंगे यार, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, हमारी मर्जी। ठीक है, ओके, सो fine, just do one thing, ping me this way. I think I'm not able to open up on data. I'll share my screen and then I'll explain you.
So shall I ping it in the chat box as Discord?
Yeah, ping me in a chat, ping me in a chat.
Sudhanshu.
Yeah,
Hi,
just wait.
Sudhanshu Praveen here.
Yeah, wait for some time. I'll give you explanation, then I'll move to the next question.
I have sent in the chat, sir.
Yeah, okay. So fine, let me copy and paste this code here. See, what is the issue, I'll tell you, right? And those who will not be able to understand, so you're not supposed to worry about it. Similar kind of problems will be discussed in our upcoming classes, because as we are talking about functions over here, what will happen is, so let's suppose if I have taken let's suppose a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1. Now here a statement says that a comma b is equal to b, a plus b. Now here, so when I'll start generating it, so in a very first iteration, right, in a very first iteration, when I will is equal to 0, so a is equal to 1, right, and b
Yes,
is
sir.
equal to 1. Then in the next iteration, a is equal to b. Now a is equal to b. A is equal to b means what? A is equal to b. So can I say that 1 will come over here? So a is equal to b, right? And b
Yes,
is
sir.
equal to a plus b. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, right? Then again a is equal to b. So 2, and then b is equal to 1 plus 2, 3. Then again a is equal to b. So what is b value? Value of b is 3. So it will be 3. What is the value of b now? A plus b. So a plus b, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So in this way, you will keep on generating 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. This is what happens when you will write a code in this way. Now let's suppose I have not written code in this way. I have written this way, right? Now again, I am starting from a is equal to 1, right? A and b I am trying to generate. A is equal to 1 initially and b is equal to 1. I am saying that a is equal to b. Okay. So a is equal to b. So a is equal to 1 initially, then a is equal to b, so a is equal to 1. Now b is equal to a plus b. B is equal to what? B is
A
equal
plus
to
B.
a plus b. Now which a? So can I say that I have already updated a value of a over here? A is equal to b now, right? So this
Yes,
value. So this plus this one, a plus b. So 1 plus 1, 2, true, right? Next iteration, let's try to see that. So next iteration, what will happen? A is equal to b, right? A is equal to b. Now what is the value of b? Value of b is equal to 2 plus 2, 4. You were expecting what? You were expecting 3?
yes, sir.
This is the difference. This is where you are supposed to understand. You are supposed to like put a little bit of pressure on your brain. That here we are trying to do a same calculation, a plus b. But here a it is considering from where? Here, the updated one, right? You in this line you have updated a value of a. So this time I will consider this a plus this one, this b. So 2 plus 2, 4, right? But I was expecting 3. How I was getting 3 over here? Because I was trying to do this addition, not this addition, right? Because I have written this inline update operation. Is it making sense? So here we are giving a privilege to a compiler to update its values. Here we are giving a privilege to our compiler to update its values and use a updated value of a. But here in this line number, so we are not giving a privilege to a compiler to update a value. So here a value it will try to take from the previous one itself, previous state of the a. Is it making sense? And that is the reason. So here, if you will enable line number 7 and 8, you will get a wrong answer. And here you will be able to get the same answer. So that is the reason. How many of you are able to understand it, guys? Or person who has... Jagdish, are you able to understand?
Yes, sir. I understood, sir.
Yeah. So here we are giving a privilege to a compiler to use the updated value of a. And that is the only reason.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Don't
I
worry,
have one more.
those who are not able to understand, because anyhow I will be talking about this kind of a situation, and even in your previous class material. So this same example I have already discussed, I think.
Sir, and I have one more query.
Yeah.
There was a question in assignment two, the last question. If you had a function named backon inside a module named spam, how would you call it after importing spam?
Call it, try to do it, and then ask me question.
Hi,
Uh,
Sudhanshu. This is Shivani here.
Yeah, Shivani, go ahead.
Can you hear me out?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sure. Can we go in this way? Instead of initializing the a value to b first and then making it b equal to a plus b in the second line, first we can do b equal to a plus b and then initialize a equal to b. I think
Yeah,
it
so
will
in
give
this
the,
way, yeah, in this way it
in
will
this
work
way,
for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
so it will not be able to take the updated value of A.
No, it
Right.
will take. It will take because in the what the other person has written the code, he has first initialized a equal to b, and then he is going to b equal to a plus b.
So
But
what if,
first,
no, what if I'm trying to update my B first and then A? If I'll try to update, so yeah, so here what I can do is, let me comment out this line, right? And I'll try to just revert this two line. So here, what I can do is, so I can try to write a code in this particular way. So this line here, and then this line. Now if I'll try to call, so here we are trying to update what, print A, and then we are trying to print A. So we are trying to print A all the time. So here, so we can try to maybe put in this particular place 2 to 4. So yes, we are updating B is equal to A plus B. So B is equal to A plus B. So it will be 2 and A is equal to B. Yeah, even in this way, so we are changing the value of A. Yes, we have updated the value of A over here. So here in this case, you will not be able to get the correct answer.
okay,
Shivani,
okay,
I think.
maybe yeah, maybe try some more iterations so that instead of giving it in one line, if we can give it in one two lines, let's see if I can work out with that. Okay, if it
There are
works.
many logics that we can
Yeah,
write,
yeah,
and there are many people who have already written this logic, right?
yeah.
So the only issue, I think you are able to understand the issue, right? The only issue
Correct,
over here
correct.
is that we are not supposed to take the updated one. What we are supposed to do is, so we are
Take the
supposed to take
previous
the
one.
previous one, right, without any update. So
Yes, yes.
the line which this line is working in that way, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So similar kind of a logic you can write in a multiple
Yeah, yeah.
way.
I can think of it. Instead of writing in a single line, how can we put get the correct answer with two different lines? Let me think. I mean, writing in one single line, it is more comprehensive, but it's just for more, developing more logical thinking. I can try out with more options.
Yeah, you can try to use
Yeah.
maybe a deep copy, hollow copy kind of a concept, and then also you can build a solution.
Sir, actually, I think that one temporary variable will be required.
You can try to create it in that case. So if I'll give you a restriction that you are not supposed to use a third variable, you're just supposed to use two variable, then what you will do?
Then there is no way except this
No,
one.
there is a way. Even in that case, we are able to understand the problem, right? So where is the problem? We are not allowed to take a updated value. So there are another 10 ways by which I can restrict it. Yes or no? You can think of this one. I think I'm assuming that by next time, so I'll be able to get more than 20 solution. This is what I get like in all of my classes every time.
Yes, Sudhanshu.
So people have already like started giving me some sort of a solution. I told you, right? So if I'll wait for another 10 minutes, right, you will be able to get another 20 logic, another different 20 logic.
Hi, Sudhanshu.
So I'll even show you this one. So see, so you will start getting another 20 logic. So we have just turned like a 1 minute and then two logic we have received. This is what happens in our classes, and this is what we like all learn. Yeah, please go ahead with your question. So this is clear, right? Why you are getting this issue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm clear, sir.
Okay, Shivani, I think you are also clear, right?
Yeah,
So
yes, yes, I do
I
understand.
think you got some hint as well. So how to think
Yeah.
about this logic. So I
Yes.
think you can this time you
No,
can
no,
think.
actually, yeah. Yeah, writing in one line, it is more comprehensive and it is more encouraged to do in that way. But I was just thinking for more logical thinking, we can try to more options and we can see how can we do that.
Yeah,
But
so I think
understood, the point is that it should always take the previous value of A and then add it to B and then update the value of B.
even
Yeah,
Hardeep has
like
like given me one solution. So I told you, right? So if I'll wait for another 10 minutes, so I will end up getting like another solution. So yeah, so even Hardeep's solution is working. Okay, so yeah, let me show you my screen. Right, so Hardeep has even pinged me like this solution. So one, two, three. Three solution is there in front of you. Like, don't ask me to ping a code to you. Like, you'll write these things by yourself because you know the issue. Right? Solve it. Okay. Next question, guys.
Sudhanshu.
Yeah, go ahead. Nipun.
Sudhanshu, could you tell me when should we use PySpark instead of sklearn?
You will get to know in my classes.
Okay. And one more question, that let's say if we have less power or less RAM, less processing power, then how can we take advantage of that multiprocessing thing? Or
So you should ask question in different way actually. So you should ask question in such a way that let's suppose if we have a huge amount of data, so then how I will be a limited amount of like computation power or maybe a limited amount of latency. So how I will be able to handle that?
yes, yes.
That question will be more accurate and relevant to like things that we used to do. There are many things. There is something called as a in-memory computation. So we can try to apply in-memory computation. There is something called as a distributed computation. We can try to apply that distributed computation, right? There is different libraries as well, which is optimized one. If I'll talk about like a Dask, so yes, that is optimized one. If I'll talk about Spark libraries, yes, that is optimized one because of RDDs and because of resiliency properties, plus because of optimizer which has been applied behind the scene of a Spark, which is called as Catalyst Optimizer, which was a part of I can say like one of the project called as named Tungsten project. So there are multiple approaches, multiple ways. So I think as we'll progress, so we'll get to know about these things.
so we can use these things in deep learning also to train deep learning
We can
models.
use these things in deep learning but in other way. So in deep learning, when we talk about deep learning, so we always talk about like a GPU and TPUs in terms of using a resources. So we always make sure that we are utilizing a maximum power that we have, but that doesn't mean that you will be able to like execute a deep learning heavy model in a lightweight system. If you are thinking of doing that, then in that case there is a solution also which is available into a deep learning. There is something called as a quantization approach. So for example, when we try to build a model is nothing but it's a combination of weights and biases. In a weights, if you will try to print all of those weights, which I'll show you for your model itself. So generally we think that model is a black box. In class, if you'll go through that, you'll be able to find out that model is not at all a black box. You will be able to print each and every weights and you will be able to see a relation and calculate it by your hand. So in a weights, you will be able to find out that there will be a 8 or 9 decimal point which will be available after a point or after like a decimal. So in quantization model, so decimal to decimal computation will be a heavy computation. So people have released one paper or one concept called as quantization. So let's do one thing: chop off all the decimal point, so that by computation, even with the less computation power, I will be able to do a calculation, and then we will deploy the model. And based on this logic, you will be able to find out deployment is been done into a Google Coral, Jetson Nano, JVR, TX1, TX2, your Android devices, or any mobile or any edge devices. So quantization is an approach that we used to follow, right? And based on that, so we try to build a model. So if you will go to iNeuron YouTube channel, you will be able to see one playlist where we have shown you deploy a solution, or like deployed solution into Jetson Nano or edge devices, all those edge devices, or even a drone solution that we have shown you. Everywhere we are using a model called as quantized model, same model that we used to build in a deep learning, but we used to convert those model into a quantized way. Means we used to convert this non-quantized model into a quantized model. So, and what happens during the quantization? Nothing. We just chop off those decimal points from the weight, so that we'll just do a numeric regulation. So, this is a way by which we try to reduce our resource utilization.
Okay. So Sudhanshu, can Kubernetes also help in this?
Kubernetes is not designed for that purpose.
Okay. And if we are using a TensorFlow for deep learning, so there is a variable batch size which we can reduce if we don't have any enough amount of RAM. So anything else that also we can use?
No, you are actually talking about the training approach. You're not talking about the testing and like a deployment approach. Do you understand what is the meaning of batch size? Why we used to say that, okay, fine, reduce the batch size?
So that lesser data will come in one epoch.
Yeah, memory basically, because
yeah,
when you're trying to send, so for sure data you're sending for some sort of a calculation, means data and then into weights plus biases will go into a activation functions, then again output, and then it should follow the complete cycle for the forward propagation, and then again in the backward propagation based on the losses it will try to recall the optimizer and then try to update the weights and biases values, right? So then I can say that, okay, fine, so one data we have sent and then it has completed the complete cycle forward and then backward. Yes. So to do that, can I say that, like, to store all the outcome of the each and every layers, we need some memory, right? We need some memory. Unless and until we don't have that memory, so for sure I will not be able to hold. And because of that, we used to get MOM issue, right? Out of memory OM issue. We used to get out of memory issue. So keeping this in mind, we try to advise that, okay, fine. So if your system capability is less, maybe try out this with this solution, like a reduce the batch size, so that less number of data, so less calculation, so less storage requirement, right? So that was the one of the advice. But at the time of training, at the time of testing, we don't care about batch size.
Yeah. So is there any other approach also?
In terms of training, I would say a deep learning system, we never even thought of utilizing less resources. This is a fact. Otherwise, you will end up building, I can say, a worst possible model, a worst model, which you can't use it.
So we can we use PySpark like here?
PySpark will not help you out in terms of deep learning.
Okay, that will only help in traditional machine learning.
Machine learning, time series, NLP. Till NLP, OCR. So yes, Spark will be fine. Till with the streaming, Spark will be fine, but not in deep learning. You have to use MXNet, PyTorch, or TensorFlow. 3.
Okay, Sudhanshu. Sudhanshu, in the start of this doubt clearing session, you told one questioner something about that we can deal with categorical variables with word-to-vec, globe.
Vectorization approach.
Yeah, what vectorization approach. So how will we, if we have data set with categorical and numerical values, how will we do this thing? Like for NLP, I know how to use this word-to-vec, all these things. But for categorical variable, how will we, join those things with numerical variable and then train the model?
You don't join, right? So suppose if I've given you 10 column with the numerical value, do you join that with those values?
Let's say we have 5 categorical with huge number of categories, 5 numerical columns.
Yeah, that is fine. So I'll just try to take column by column, feature by feature, convert it into a equivalent. So I'll try to treat one column as a one corpus that we used to treat in an NLP.
Okay.
Individual feature conversion, you can say, not a dependent feature conversion. In NLP, we do a dependent feature conversion, right? That data and that vector calculation happens based on the dependency of the complete a data that we have, complete corpus that we have here, column wise.
And then we can give it to both machine learning and deep learning models.
Yes, if my data set is available into a numerical format, so I can give these things to my any model. Whether
so, sir, will this be faster approach than one-hot encoding if categories are a lot more?
Way faster if your number of categories are more. Way faster approach and a stable and robust approach. At least it will not lead you to a heavy, I would say, underfitting or overfitting.
So nowadays this approach is being used if categories are a lot.
Even before this approach was used across the industry, but people who used to solve a problem just from the Kaggle, they are not aware about it.
Okay.
That's the only differences.
Okay, so sir, will we have projects related to this approach also in coming? Let's say two problems that I asked. One is the
starting from your project to your internship, right? You will end up using all the approaches is possible, and you will end up deriving a multiple other approach as well. So that's the reason we have so many things, so that at least you will see everything in some places. Got it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, sir. Can I?
Yeah, Subrat.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Ashok. Okay. So I just want to some suggestion about mathematics because I'm worrying about right now. But I'm not asking about the statistics. I know that statistics is a little bit different from than other topics like calculus or linear in case of data analysis. But I studied that thoroughly. But I am talking about like linear algebra and calculus specifically. When I understand some email algorithm like gradient descent and sorry, when I study some basic email algorithm like linear regression, logistic regression, I am not having that much problem to understand those mathematics behind that algorithm. But when I just shift to the gradient descent, when I am understanding to that what is that, how the optimization is coming, so that time I am having some problems. So sir, I am asking sir, how much I should be master in this mathematics like calculus and linear algebra?
Not much at all.
So
Just
is it,
not so yeah, many people think that
Mhm.
if I'll get some mastery, or maybe like if I'll spend more time on mathematics, I will be able
Mhm.
to work on industry. See, I'll tell you one truth. So mathematics is fine. People used to give a logic that okay, fine, so mathematics is a background. Mathematics is a background of the computer, complete computer things, whatever, whether we are writing code or whether we are like dealing with some algorithm, true. But to work on an industry, I think to work in an industry, because we all are going to work over there, so my logic over there is, so just try to know about a mathematics the way it is required, right? In a practical way, you can say you can try to explore
Yes, sir. I
mathematics.
know that I will never use pen and paper to use solve the problem. We will always use software for
Don't worry, in my class
solving the
I'll
problem.
explain you. Don't worry about that. So even if you know a basic of dy by dx, right?
Yes, yes,
So
that is one. That is the thing, sir. I only know
I
that
will
DDX
be,
or expert is 2x, but not more than.
yeah, so more than that I don't even expect in my classes. So like I don't expect that person must be very good with the mathematics, right? Even I don't expect that is dy by dx concept I used to teach in a class
Okay, sir.
itself, so that
So
we'll
the,
be able to revise, because we all are not it's been a very long time, right, since we have left all of those things. So it's completely true that we will not be able to learn or remember those things,
hmm.
right? So revision happens, and then my intention is very simple, like why to start everything from somewhere where people will face a difficulties to pick up. So start from the scratch and then go till end. So that
Okay,
happens everywhere, whether it's
sir,
a statistics when I'm going to teach, or whether it's ML or whether it's a Python. So same approach which will be, or whether it's a DLC NLP or computer vision, or even advanced NLP part. So when I used to take classes on that.
there's no need to understand that thoroughly the deep and deep
Don't
mathematics.
spend time. Don't spend
Yes,
time
sir.
on those
On
things.
that. Okay.
So see, if you have to work for the industry, just focus on that particular part, one
No,
goal.
sir, I'm not working in industry. I just
Yeah,
studied more
so
than
it will be
9 years.
like unnecessary, right? Will, because mathematics itself is an ocean. Now, if I'll ask you, okay, fine, you must be very good with algebra and then calculus and all those things, you will go mad in the very first day itself, right? And you will lose hope that okay, fine. So, data scientist, see, data scientist, this scientist word that people are using again. This scientist word is very misleading words, right? It's
Okay.
this scientist is same as the engineers that used to work in an industry. Data scientist, it looks very like amazing words and lucrative words when we used to okay, fine, I'm working as a data scientist,
Just
this
heavy
no,
words, sir.
yeah, data
Heavy words.
scientist, but no,
Yes.
he's writing a code over there, he's solving the same business problem that some software engineer used to solve, right? By using what? By using some AI algorithm.
Yes, sir. He actually
So
not writing any code, sir. He just using some pre-coded software like SQL and cycle library. He just using the function
libraries, yeah.
libraries, not
So libraries,
writing the
data
code.
scientist, yes, data science doesn't mean that he's going to invent some new algorithm, right? So this word itself is like too much misleading, and I think people have created a hype of it, right? That okay, I'm a data scientist, if I can write one line of Python code I can claim myself as a data scientist. But it's not like that. It's just a profile where you have to solve again a business problem, right? Just by using a AI stack like ML, DL, DLC, like computer vision, NLP, reinforcement, by using a statistical approach, right? So
Okay.
if you'll combine everything, then you can say that okay, fine. So this is what this profile demands for.
So, sir, is there any chance to ask this derived this mathematical deduction in the interview question? So they will ask me to derive the
Whatever will
median.
be asked, right? So I will cover those things, and I think even in a previous batch recording, so I have covered those things in the
Okay.
statistics, right? So this is the only part which you will have to like know. Apart from that, so I don't think that people will touch even a single question in your
Okay.
interview questions. And I think in a
Okay.
very beginning, so we have started with one interview-based
Huh?
question, right? If you have seen that today
Sorry, sir.
itself, right? We have started with
Sorry,
one
sir. I
interview.
joined. Sorry, sir. I joined like kind of
Okay, fine. You
11
can go
p.m.
through a recording. So we have started.
Okay. Okay. I will definitely check.
Yeah, 30 minutes we have spent on one of the recent interview question one
Okay.
person
Okay.
has
Okay.
received.
I will. Sir. I
Right.
will definitely.
So
So,
you will be able to get the fairest idea over there.
okay, okay, sir. Sir, one more question, sir. So, doing the programming assignment, just the programming part, sir, I need to search Google, sir, for some questions. Like, I am not completely unable to solve that, but I just can think about. So, sir, is there okay, sir, if I use Google, or it will be considered as a cheating, sir? You just
Yeah,
trying to
yeah. Google is
code
always okay.
from
Even
Google.
as a part
So,
of
Google.
industry, right? Even if you will ask me to write a code, I'll just do a Google.
Oh, the
No.
part of industry is okay, sir, but I'm talking about only just in classes. Like, but I just submit some code from the not completely copy, just get the hint from there, and then
That is fine. Yeah, it's
okay,
always
okay,
fine.
sir,
I
that
think
is okay.
we are supposed to be good with that skill as well.
Okay, okay.
So
I, I,
like an
I know the keys are always talking about search Google. It's like that. I know that in the interview also when I okay.
even those things are like fine.
So
Those
sir,
things
it's
are
completely
something.
okay. Sir, completely okay, sir.
Like, yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you. That's all for me. That's all for me.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sir, my question is that as a beginner, sir, which platform is good for ML model deployment, sir? Actually, I can
Beginner,
do.
based on your beginner skill or maybe like your experienced skill, model deployment first of all doesn't depends.
Okay.
It always depends upon the platform that your client is going to use for a particular project. So client by client, it is going to change. So that's the reason. So here we try to cover all the platforms. Tomorrow,
Actually,
client
sir,
may.
yeah. Actually, sir, I can do feature engineering, data
Still stuck with the
transformation.
feature engineering.
Uh, what, sir?
I'm saying that still stuck with the feature engineering.
Yes, actually, I have been watching the Tamil playlist of Krish Sarna, so I was doing a sort of practice only, na? So, but after dumping a model into a pickle file, uh, actually, I'm quite confused that after that, what is the next step, sir? Means
Not an
after
issue. Go
dump.
through your class recording. In your class recording, so we have given you everything, right?
Okay, sir.
So there you will be able to get a fair understanding. Otherwise, you can go ahead with the flow of like, your classes, right? If you will jump, if you'll see some lectures there, and then if you'll try to think about something, so
Okay.
things will not work. That's the reason. Follow one complete sequence.
Okay, sir.
That's the reason. So we have uploaded fast track videos as well, right? So that even if you are willing to go in a fast track mode, we don't have any issue.
Okay. And so one more thing, in the Flask means suppose we are choosing a Flask API. Uh, Sir, those two folder static and templates, so वो HTML कोडिंग्स जो भी सर उसमें है वो ये हम ही करनी है सर वो
No, that will be done by your UI UX developer. As a data scientist, we don't do those job.
thank God
So
sir, otherwise I was so worried
no, no,
because
no.
those.
We don't do that. We don't do that actually. So we don't do that. That will be handled by your UI UX. So in every team, so there will be a UI UX team or app development team. You will be able to get. So we just like do till deployment. So even if you're not able to understand that part, leave it because that will not come on you
Okay,
anywhere.
thank you sir. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah,
Hi Sudhanshu.
Hey,
yeah.
hi
Go ahead.
Sudhanshu.
Yeah,
Praveen here.
Praveen. Yeah.
This is a question based on the function topic which we covered on Sunday
Mhm.
and the query which you have given. I could write the code for that. I need a help of yours on just reviewing the code, and I have a query on a usage of append function on list. Can I share my screen?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other question, guys, in between?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I have a doubt on class topic only.
If you can speak a little bit louder, that will be better because I think your voice is very low.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now it's audible.
Yes, Sahil, it's audible.
Yeah, I have a doubt on class query only. So one question you have given in the last to last class about the nested list. Just a minute. Question was okay. The question was like in your nested list contain a string, then find out its index in nested list and print, then remove the string.
Mhm.
Okay. So I have done with the for loop and while loop both. I missed that class, but while lecture you gave the question, so at that time I paused the video and tried to solve it.
Mhm.
So I opted both the condition about the for loops and the while loops.
Mhm.
So for while loops I'm able to get it, but while I'm doing the same logic with the for loops, I'm not getting the same answer.
Fine, solve it, fix it, simple. This is how we learn. And even in your notebook that I have shared with you, so in that notebook you will be able to find a solution.
Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. So the same logic when I am applying for the for loop, whatever I applied for the while loop, so it's I'm not getting for that. So
Fine,
that
it's a code, right? So I think code has been meant to like a crack, and then we are supposed to fix it.
so I have tried a lot of permutation combination.
Try once again. Try to figure out first of all problem why. Then once you will be able to get an answer of why, you will fix it. I know it.
Okay, so I will try it again if
Yes, and solution is also given. I think by using a for loop or by using both while loop. Maybe I'm not sure about it, but maybe I think I have copy and pasted in your notebook. If not, you can try this out by yourself and write it down.
okay, okay. So I will go through the lectures once again then.
Yeah, sure.
Mm,
Not
hello.
like lecture notebook is also uploaded. So whatever notebook which I am using, right? So
Okay.
lecture notebook you will be able to find out. There is another tab in that date wise you will be able to find a lecture notebook as well from the same lecture, the same notebook which I was using.
Notebook. Okay, okay, okay. I got it. So
That is also there. So when I
class and live notes, right?
yeah, so when we upload a recording, so we upload its respective notebook as well.
Okay. No,
I think you
actually,
are aware about this one, right? So
yeah.
there will be so class notes notebook as well as like your lecture. So both will be uploaded. So both are there inside your dashboard itself.
No, I was going with your flow only. I was attending the class, but
Same,
to
same one. The same I have discussed, same code which I have written in a class, right? Or problem I have given, same notebook I'm talking about. It's available in your dashboard as well.
okay, okay. I will
So
go.
in yeah, so in that like I have given a solution. Yeah, Praveen, yeah, go ahead with your question.
I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible. Yeah.
Okay, so here I just try to write the code of doing the args and KW args, and I could concatenate the list, and finally I could get the solution. I have query here. Unless I do this a equal to a plus I could not concatenate the list, because if I use a append, it is showing me a list in a list. Uh, is it like, am I
Yeah,
missing
because
something here?
append when if you'll go through a classes, so even in class I told you that
Yes,
append try to put a list as it is in a last place.
yes, yes.
It's up as a so not as a list, just as a list. So whatever element you have, so maybe you can try to use extend operation in a like a last indexes minus one indexes
Okay, okay, yeah,
possible because extend does what? So what is the difference between append and extend? Extend will try to unwrap it and
unwrap it. Yes,
then append it. So
yeah.
this way, so maybe extend will work and minus one is the location that you can choose.
Okay, yeah, got it. Because okay, I might have misunderstood append and extend here. And this on line number 19, I know that you have covered during our class session about key and value. But is there the only one way to do a second for loop here using key and value, or is there any other logic for KW args?
See, KWS returns always a dictionary, right? So
Yes,
try
yes.
to treat these things as a dictionary. So whatever you can do in a dictionary, you can do it over here. So
Okay,
maybe if I'll have to like iterate through just a keys, I can try to do KWR dot keys and then I'll try to iterate through keys. I'll get a respective values and then I can try to append it one
okay,
way.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll just try to call kws.values and then extend it, like extract it, and then I'll try to append it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll try to treat it as item. Otherwise, maybe I'll try to convert these things into a tuple, and index wise I'll try to do operations. So there are like
Okay.
just it's a dictionary, right? So it depends on
Yes.
us how we are going to treat this dictionary. Nothing, no differences. If you
Okay.
understand dictionary, I think key WAs will not give you pain at all.
Okay, fine. Yeah, for because for this particular section of the code to do this, I had to just spend like 10-15 minutes extra. Like I did Google and try to understand and use here. So that's what I was curious about to understand. Is there any other logic or not? But yeah, it's well clear now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sudhanshu.
So you are liking the code, right? So like you're able to do it, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's
Yeah, I mean, I have like 13 years of experience, but initial 3.5 years, I was into the semiconductor industry as a programmer. Then I moved as an trainer now into a staff engineer of technical support.
Mhm.
So, and now we are getting into the industry of AI as my company from past 3 years, and I am one of the engineer who have been identified into AI. So I have to learn a lot. So yeah,
You
that's how
will,
that's
don't worry, you will learn a lot. So from
yeah.
every perspective, so not just like a coding, AI is a huge stack that we have mentioned. So it's almost words of completion of AI you will be able to find out here. So
Yeah, because right now what I work, I mean, what we are working as a team here is all on models like TensorFlow and PyTorch and all. But to be
TensorFlow and Pandas is not a model, it's a framework, by the way.
yeah, sorry, framework. So, but all these areas are lot bouncers to me. So that's why I have like went through like
I don't think
registration
that,
to I.
yeah, so after your session on this TensorFlow, so it will be bouncer. You will be in a position to explain these things to others and give a guidance to your team members. So this is what I
Yeah,
believe.
hope so, hope so.
Not
Yeah,
hope, I'm telling you it will happen.
yeah.
How
Thanks,
about that?
Sudhanshu.
Yeah, so I don't give advice which depends upon hope.
Yeah,
I usually talk about like a fact, and even if it is a bad.
yeah,
So don't worry. This is an experience which other people, again, it's not my assumption. So this is an experience which other people's already have. So yeah, you will be able to do it. And this way, the way you are practicing your code and everything, I don't think that there will be any other factors which can stop you.
yep, sure. Thank you, Sudhanshu.
Thanks.
Bye.
हेलो सर।
Go ahead.
सर ये फाइल जो आपने कुछ दिन पहले जो प्राइमरी असाइनमेंट अपलोड किया है
हाँ
उसमें 7 और 8 असाइनमेंट में कुछ कुछ क्वेश्चन है वो एरे से करना है। जैसे में बहुत सारा एरे मल्टीप्लिकेशन एरे एडिशन, तो इसमें सर इनपुट
use
यूज
list.
और लिस्ट का सर अलग से है, मतलब 10 और 11 असाइनमेंट में
use list over there as of now, because list has been discussed, right? numpy array आपके साथ डिस्कस नहीं हुआ है अभी तक.
हाँ नहीं एरे किया है सर, वो एमएल के बेस में उन्होंने किया है, तो क्या उसको एरे में इनपुट लिस्ट में इनपुट लेकर के एरे में रिसीव करके
numpy
वैसे कर
array
सकते
अगर
हैं।
पता है तो कर लीजिए यूज आप, ठीक है?
हाँ
numpy array अगर आप पता है तो कर लीजिए, नहीं पता है तो लिस्ट यूज कर लीजिए, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
वो एमएल बैच में सर वो हुआ है, तो वहाँ से किया,
तब तक
तो
ठीक
इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ उसको रिसीव करके और वहाँ से फिर उसको कर सकते हैं,
हाँ
जैसे इनपुट लेकर के 2 कॉलम लेकर के उसको रिसीव करके। और सर एक चीज और पूछना था कि अगर नंपाई एरे यूज करते हैं तो वहाँ पर अगर कोई नया मतलब कोई लिस्ट लिया और उसको नंपाई एरे में दे दिया, मतलब रिसीव करके, और उसमें कोई मॉडिफाई करके अगर उसको रिटर्न करते हैं तो वो रिटर्न ओरिजिनल में चेंज नहीं होता है ना? जैसे मैं अगर स्क्रीन शेयर करूँ कोई कोड किया है तो
नहीं, ओरिजिनल लिस्ट ही होगा. Okay, any other question, guys? He will share his screen.
Sir, I have just need a guidance about my personal life. Can I ask?
Guidance तो ठीक है, it's
नहीं,
okay.
guidance तो
Guidance I
not
can.
like that. I actually
Yeah, good. I don't have any issue with the problem. So like questions, so it's fine. Go ahead.
okay. So actually, right now I'm 3 years of experience in Tata Elxsi company only. So first of all, this year I have been selected for post graduation in IIT Roorkee in data science only, artificial intelligence. So apart from that, I am doing this course as well. Okay. So side by side in my company, I have designation as a senior engineer, but my work is related to all kind of AI and data science.
Hmm.
So I just want
So
to ask if I am going to change my job profile and all. So
what is the curriculum differences you are able to find out between ours and IIT Roorkee?
actually, if to be frank, actually it almost same. Whatever you are teaching, in that when even they are teaching also same they are using just like right now because just now I have started 2 months only it has been started. So
Mhm.
due to the pandemic they have told like we will go for the online classes and all the from means since morning till evening it will be there.
Mm.
So just like a regular class only we are present as if online means just as a online only.
No, no,
So
no. Curriculum wise, I'm talking curriculum and project wise. I'm talking about.
curriculum wise whatever we have learned till now that I already learned in your previous batches as DL NLP CV was there. I was
Mm-hmm.
from that batch only.
So same project, every kind of a project, everything is there in IIT Roorkee
Yeah,
curriculum.
but you give the project in totally end-to-end models means from the starting itself till the deployment how the real scenario means project will be like means how the user will interact.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But right now they are using just like whatever you have told just now a few minutes back that we are not bothered about the Flask and all this thing UI part or this is for that person. So till that means cloud we are deploying it, but we are using as only the collab notebook till now, PyCharm and the collab notebook in that. And even most of the things are theory in purpose. Right now is going on.
In that curriculum.
Yeah. So it totally right now is totally based on right now. The project caption was like on digital e-commerce right now. They
Mm.
are giving the project on digital e-commerce and the digital business and e-commerce like that right now. So future space after first no first term means first semester. So there are another curriculum about like how the means the deep learning and all these things will be there. So
This is
as
the program, right? This is the program you're talking about.
no, not this program.
Okay, so which program?
Digital business and e-commerce.
No, no, no. I'm talking about the program that you are pursuing as of now.
Uh, yeah, digital PG.
This one, Master in Next Generation Technology, or post graduation certification program in data science and machine learning, right?
Right,
This one.
right.
Hmm.
And one more thing, even I have been selected in IIT Madras. That is a BSc degree, totally. That is a bachelor degree for data science and programming. I hope you know it.
Hmm.
That is initiative by the IIT Madras.
So what is the like exam that you have given?
So this exam I have given just online only, and they have taken the interview,
Hmm.
and they have asked the questions like whatever the coding skills.
Hmm.
Uh, they have asked the question about the coding skills and Java, Python, and these are the things they have asked for 1 hour. 1 hour to 2 hour, 2 hour test was there.
What was the mark that you have scored?
Actually, the I scored GPA 9, means 90% in that.
Hmm. So either
Coding was good, means in Java and Python they have told like that your coding skills was good in that. Means
hmm.
whatever they have given the problem even I don't remember. It was a huge problem in that. So it gave a time for that to solve it. Because we can't switch to the another tab and all these things. If you switch like that, something.
So I think this one is with Times, right? This one is with Times. They have launched it, right?
Uh, right, yeah,
In collaboration with Times, they have launched it.
yes,
Let me tell you one thing. First of all,
yes.
that it's a private program, right? IIT Roorkee is just a label and certificate that they are providing you. Nothing else apart from couple of faculty. First thing. Second thing is, so project wise, almost like a close to zero project they will give you. Not even close to a reality. They are going to give you one project. I think you are
Yeah,
already a
that's
student of
why I
DL.
told you in the starting one is you have given all the deployment and
Yeah.
I
So not only
already
just the deployment, even project part wise, like the length and depth of the project. Second thing. Third thing is the price that you have paid 3 lakh plus GST, right?
not 3 lakh. I have paid only 1 lakh for that.
They have given you some concession.
I paid, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so
I
it's
think you
not.
are taking nothing, Sudhanshu.
No, no, I'm not comparing. I'm not doing a comparison with us. So we know like where we stand in terms of
Even
courses, curriculums.
And for that, like, we
But
need thanks to you regarding to come with this.
so it's a private program. It's just a name that they are using. And nowadays, every big institute, whether it's Analytics Vidya, whether it's this Times, whether it's Upgrade, Simply Learn, Edureka, so they all are big. They have like a bomb of, we can say that like money, you can say. So how this program happens, let me tell you very clearly, because as a I'm also running this organization, so we all are aware about it. That it's works on a partnership basis. That okay, fine. So I'll use your name, and this is the charity which I'll give you to your institute, right? And we all know that IIT Roorkee, everyone is just looking for like this funding and everything. So they used to get a huge charity, huge funding, right? Approximately 40 to 50% of the fees that you used to pay, just to give their name. Everything will be controlled, and yes, they are just to like because you have enrolled it, right? And now you are exaggerating all those things since last 10 to 15 minutes, that okay, IIT Roorkee, right? Finally you said that okay, it's from Times, right? That's the reason I have asked you, okay, fine, so whether there is a
No,
selection
not
procedure.
it's totally IT Roorkee was there. Nothing else was mentioned in that.
No. I'm telling you, this is a privately owned program, right? And name wise, again, program wise, faculty wise, it's been conducted by them, but it's controlled by a private organization. It's a name that they are using. You can clearly see over there that it's not a IIT Roorkee original program. It's a Times original program. Times is already into this data science and big data businesses since last 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
So it's that particular program that you are pursuing. So it's just a name that they will give you, nothing else. And yes, I think you will experience very soon. I don't have to say anything because
I
I have
already
seen.
did it. And
So yeah,
one
so my advice to you will be, yes, you can follow that program as you have already done an investment. I think you have to justify that one. So, but try to focus on this one end to end.
yeah,
This will give you
definitely.
a
Because
real benefit. Yeah.
yes,
So if I'll talk about a real benefit, so I'm not just exaggerating about iNeuron that we are doing this, we are doing
I
that.
understand. That's
So I'm just telling you a fact which you will realize. So it should not be a late for you when you will realize. So just a disclaimer that do everything here and then try to check whether this program is up to that level or not, and then you can try to, because your goal is not to, your goal should not be to like get a certificate or to get this name. Your
Mhm.
goal must be to get a expertise, so that not only today, even tomorrow, after 1 year, after 2 years, if you would like to do a second switch, third switch into a company, into a AI, because for sure you will do it. One, it's not like you will just do a first transition. You will again do a switch after 1 year, 2 year, right? For your hike, for your like a promotion and all those things, so that you will be able to survive. You have to build yourself in such a way that going forward you will be able to like if something new comes into a picture, you will not look for me, or you will not look for IIT Roorkee or that Times, right? You will be able to do it by yourself. So you are supposed to adopt a things in that way. This is what I believe. So that tomorrow you don't need tomorrow it's not like you should not like look for me or a person like me to teach you or to guide you. You are supposed to be in a position to like adopt all those things by yourself going forward. So just try to build in that way, right? Everyone is trying to sell a courses, including us, to be very honest, right? We are also selling it. The only thing is, so we are trying to maintain some like dignity, honesty, and length and breadth of the courses, which even we are selling it. I never say that we don't sell it. We are not doing a charity at all. That's the reason. So you have paid, right? So we are not doing a charity at all. We're also selling it. That's true, right? The thing is, we are trying to like sell in a such a way that you're not supposed to look for some other courses, or you're not supposed to spend even a single rupees in some other platform. Other people are trying to sell in this way that okay, fine, so I'm selling they are selling a name, right? And we are selling a content. That's the only difference which I see. That's it.
okay. Yeah, I understand. I totally understand whatever you told because I already experienced it and know is that's why I've already went through your previous courses as well. And because of that, now I'm in that position. I can survive in my company as well. Because right now I'm as a senior engineer in my company, but I'm working as a data scientist AI as alone right now to the client of USA Comcast. So they need just like hiring a data scientist, but no one in my company was there at that period of time. So I just told because you already know I'm with the fresher as I joined as a fresher, but they gave me some other type of work, Java, Android, because I was good in Java, but I was more enthusiastic in Python and AI because I have learned so many years for that thing. So I directly fight with my manager. Sir, I know this thing, I don't know that thing. So they give me a chance after that, after fighting so many times. So they give me a chance. Okay, you want this thing? Okay, I will give you this. But at that time, for the first appraisal, they deduct my 1 point because you are not doing that work and you are just arguing for that. You are want this kind of work. But later on the second appraisal, they gave me a full outstanding for that thing because I was good in that. So right now, only the thing is they are not changing my designation. They are changing as a software engineer only, but they are giving the work of AI and all kind of stuff.
That's great, right? So that's right. No, that's great, and I think you will be able to do it if you're following all those things, and you have already seen that, right? So
Yeah, I have already because of that. Whatever I have experienced in your classes and all, that's really benefited in my company, even for myself, because all the techniques, all the bias, variance, whatever it was, a simple concept, very minor concept was there. Data leakage, there I have found out how it is going to be trained. Someone has trained the models. There are so many things. And one more thing I want to ask like that, apart from that, so I really thanks to you because I have seen my growth in myself, and in the initial stage, even I have asked you about that. I hope you remember or
yeah,
not.
yeah,
But
even yeah, yeah.
it was on 2018 or 2019, I think so, because on that time I was being connected with the iNeuron and really getting so much knowledge about that thing. But I was not that kind of person who talked so much. That's why I didn't ask so many doubts in even, and even I didn't ask so many things in that. But I attend peacefully and just take the knowledge and just I applied it. And because of that only I have also cleared IIT Madras in BSc degree in that things. That is another one. Because it was my dream from since childhood that I want to go with any IT tag. That was my dream when I was doing from the 12th itself. But at that time I didn't clear it. But now I get a chance. But I got two offers from the IIT Madras and IIT Roorkee. But I have joined, if you say, I joined both. So
Yeah.
that IIT Madras was like BSc degree for data science and the programming. So that is a good choice, or what you say, because that is a 4 years of course, I think.
Hmm.
BSc online degree. But I must say that IIT Madras is really giving a vast knowledge, and even they are fulfilling all the things. Even they took the exam on the centers and everything,
Hmm.
and they are their curriculum is superb, I must say, and the
It's
faculty.
just IIT Madras who is not, I think, have done this. I think IIT Madras or there was some
BSc
IIT.
in data science and programming.
Yeah, they have their own program from the university itself. They have not done any kind of a private tie-up.
Yes, yes.
They are not. That's the reason. So that, and even like the number of like a student which is allowed to like take admission in that one is very limited.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
so it's not like they
They
can
have
take.
to be cleared the exam, qualified exam. They have
Yeah, and again, exam will be not like very simple exam. So they used to take a standard
yes,
exam for
just
that
like
one. But
advance and
yeah,
all.
for rest of the IITs, so it's just a plain business.
Yeah,
So
plain.
like I said, so even we are selling a things, but we are selling content. Others are selling.
No. So I get to know, but for the IT Madras, so this is the 4 years. So that is the online, just like a credit, just like US and Canada, they are providing the online platforms and all these things. So this IIT Madras has taken the initiative. So
Yeah.
even I know most of the things by iNeuron and all these things. When I am going to that, I am thinking like, okay, this thing I already knowing it. So see, this thing I have to adopt for all 4 years, or should I go for foreign and all these things for MSc?
I don't think so. You have to go for this one. And IIT Madras BSc degree program, right?
Yeah, BSc
It's
online.
it's with upgrade.
No, not upgrade. This is totally IIT Madras.
So maybe they have another program with upgrade as well. Advanced certification in machine learning and cloud.
Nothing. That's why I told you they are telling like that some business part. I'm just like I have searched all these things because even I know this kind of things because I
There is
done it.
there is one program for that. This one has done tie up. IIT Madras program for the
No,
data.
IIT Madras has tie up with the great learning and all the things. I'm not talking about that thing. This totally
This
because
is
I
a
was
separate program. Yeah.
yeah, this is totally IT master. Just like
Then it will be good. If it is like a purely see institutional courses, then
yeah,
we don't
Almini,
compromise.
that they will give that BSc degree and all this is just like a physical student who has attended. They are also calling to the IT Madras campus,
Hmm.
but due to the pandemic, they are not calling us. But they are saying like that after that we will call
Yeah,
you.
I can see that now. I'm able to get one link. So where they have, yeah. So this one is with Upgrad. That Upgrad has published in
No, no,
their
no,
portal,
not upgrade,
and
nothing.
one with the like independently by IIT Madras. So this one is the course I think you're talking about. Yeah, BSc degree. Got
Yes,
it. Got it.
so because I have already done the BTech in computer science from VTU, so again I am doing the BSc. Is there any difference? Because that BTech in computer science, this is BSc in data science and programming. So I just want to because I have understand my own way, but no one is there to clarify me because to talk to the right
Nothing, yeah. So nothing will be better than your experience and kind of a company in which you are going to work. Let's suppose today you are working with some MNC. Tomorrow, if you will be able to make a transition into a product-based company, now that will be a brand for you, right? And that will give you a more value going forward in your future. So experience, when you will be a part, you are the part of industry. The only one thing which we used to count, and that is just experience.
yeah, because that's why I'm not dropping out from the job because side by side, even
Never,
though
yeah.
whatever I do, I'm managing it by your class, by IIT Madras class, even by doing the job. Because most of the people were saying just drop the job and
No, no,
directly
no.
doing the IIT Madras. You got the IIT Madras, your dream. But I was thinking like, no, no, no. I have to do the because bread and butter is also needed for me because I have to pay. I
For not only for bread and butter, I'll say. So even for maintaining your relevant experience, right? So in whether it's IIT Madras or whether it's anyone, but you can't compare with your industrial experience, right? If you will say someone that okay, fine, so I have worked 1 year in AI as a part of industry, right? And if you'll say that I have done a 4 year of courses with IIT Madras, that 1 year will create a huge impact as compared to your 4 year of course with IIT Madras, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So this is difference between certification and I would say your actual experience. So experience always we
Matters
all,
more.
yeah, we all know that okay fine, so if person has learned, what you will learn, right? What you have implemented. So that is not going to help you out to create my product or deliver my project to my client, right? So from an industry perspective, we always thinks in a way that whether person will be I can deploy this person to my for my client or for my project or not, right? So for sure, I will prefer whom? I will prefer a person who is having 1 year of experience into an industry as compared to a person who is having 4 year of learning things.
Learning things.
Yeah. So certification or your experience can't replace, or your certificates can't replace your experience. Simple.
So
Certificate is just a piece of paper. Experience is something which is
so
real.
that's why even when yeah, because I was totally happy with your class, IT class, my job profiles and all these things, and they are giving almost all kind of. But anyhow, I'm managing it. That is my
But
problem.
still, yeah, you can maybe try to pick and choose a priority, but I'll not advise you to drop from a job anytime,
Yeah,
right?
so,
And
that is the reason I am asking. Should I have to drop a job because even I am not thinking of it, but
no, no, no. My
because
advice will be a simple, straightforward no for you, right? That you should not drop a job in any circumstances just to pursue some of the courses created by someone. Even for us, we never advise these things. So never, because we always understand that what is a advantages and disadvantages of this course or that courses, or as an experienced guy, right? So your industry is always above everything. So don't
even
worry.
being with pursuing with the IIT Madras with that thing that is also doesn't matter if I'm dropping a job for that.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, okay. So only one thing is that so if I'm doing both the things, so will it count? It will going to boost in my career in future.
See,
With
just try to focus on a degree as well as this one, a job. This is what you're talking about.
degree. So when I'm going to complete my IT degree for that, along with that job, I'm not going to drop. Even I'm not thinking of that even.
I'll tell you one thing. Yeah, I got your points. I'll tell you one thing. So if you person will come to me and then if person will tell me that okay, fine, so I was working and then I was doing this degree, right? I don't even like ask any question out of his like degree part, why you have done what you have done on all those things, right? I'll simply ask the question, okay, fine, start talking, let's start talking about your project, and then start talking about your technical stack, and then I'll talk about my requirement, whatever requirement that I have, right? So interview will happen in this way. So like not, because we all know that nowadays there are many organizations, many institutes, because of this AI hype, so they have created a courses and they are selling it, and we all know that what person learns just as a learner, and what person do as expert, as a part of industry, right? So for us those things doesn't matter, and even for product based companies your degree doesn't matter at all, not even a single percent of advantages you will be able to get honestly, right? You can keep it maybe for your future references, but I don't see like any kind of I'll say advantages over there,
Or even
because
for
we all are part of IT industry, right? So where like work matters, not
yeah, that's
degree.
I even I understand, because even I have done from the simple college itself from Bangalore, but right now I got an opportunity because I was always dreaming of that I be a IITN. So that is my dream. So anyhow, I have cleared this time. So even I was preparing for the gate and all. So but I got this opportunity, and I was just stuck in that. So that's why I'm asking whether it will going to boost in my further career or not. If I'm doing the pursuing from the IIT itself or MTech from the IIT.
IIT BTech, IIT BTech is different. Even person who used to do a MTech from IITs, right? They don't get that value that IIT BTech used to get. So that is having a values. Apart from that, so none of the courses is having a values.
Okay, okay. So it
So
matters experience and how you are working it.
just the experience, only experience, and if you're experienced person, you can go anywhere. Simple. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you. Thanks everyone. Yeah, so I think we have spent enough amount of time for today. So thank you so much, guys, and see you again in your like Saturday session. Yeah. So be ready, keep practicing, and see you again in next class. Thank you, everyone. Thanks. Have a great day and night ahead.